Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting and, some would say a great old episode of your show. That's right. It's the Kickout Crew with video episodes exclusively on Premier Streaming Network. And some would say the video episodes are where it's at. But we do love our audio listeners, but you might as well sign up for Premier so you get the full Kickout Crew experience. I mean, hey, it's your show. That being said, I want to thank everybody for the amazing feedback from our last episode. Really enjoyed that one. We kind of did a little switcheroo. I like how I said I really enjoyed that one, but, whatever. I digress. But it was fun to mix it up, get in the kitchen and kind of stir that old pot a little bit. And as much as I may have kayfabed or work shooted my segment, it was a little fresh, and the guys were excited to do it. So, hey, I played along and had a lot of fun. We've took a little break from recording behind the scenes, so it's good to be back and good to get things going. As always, you can follow us at Kickout Crew on Twitter or X or whatever it is. You can look at us on Facebook, Kickout Crew. You can even follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And guess what? It's a Kickout Crew too. Anyway, it appears that I've done a little intro long enough, and hey, I'm gonna swing it on over and make sure there's no violence behind the scenes. So let's go to Mike with the first topic. So hey, Mike, what you got?
Well, kind of get on where we're going. You guys know today we are doing a Bob Barker type deal. So
no, they do not.
No, that is today's agenda. Oh, we haven't got there yet.
That's my topic. So I have to throw it out there. You can throw it out there later.
Oh, great.
So I got me here a little couple random facts about The Price is Right. Did you know that in the 50s, people could make their bids in a postcard and send them in? And if they got the exact price on it, they would win that prize. None of y'all were born in the 50s, right? Well, maybe Brad.
Wait a minute. I got a question about that. So what did they send it in for? There was a Price is Right game in the 50s?
There was a Price is Right game in the 50s. And
I guess the Bob Barker edition.
No, this was before Bob Barker. This was the other guy.
So it was another show before that, huh?
So Bob Barker was not the first guest host. I had him on there, and I lost that paper run.
Oh, that's interesting.
I wonder if they get a postcard that's like $5.50. The fuck is this about?
They hired housewives to look at the postcards because they got so many. So housewives would just sit there and go through them and see what they got. They got
that sounds like trouble right from the beginning.
I can only imagine. The Price is Right has aired on all three major networks of ABC, CBS, and NBC.
Bum, bum, bum.
Mm-hmm. In 1958, a man would go on to win a real-life horse.
A whore?
A horse.
Oh, okay.
A horse.
The 50s were a different time.
It is the 50s.
Not only that, but a woman would also later win a peacock to go along with a peacock.
That because it was on NBC?
No, because she won a brand new colored TV. Look at that. So the game plinko, the one where it has the chips that goes down.
Everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
There is only 11 chips made for that game.
Do you think Conrad has one of them?
I don't know. Well, they don't want nobody to steal them and duplicate them. So they, every day after they're done with them, they put them in a safe lockbox. They got 10 of them doing that. One of them is at a CBS time capsule. That's all they got made of them. So if they lose one, they're fucked. They got to dig up that capsule or something. I mean,
do you imagine robbing a safe and be like, "Oh fuck yeah, we're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich." You open it up, plinko chips. Like, what the fuck?
Since the beginning of time, there has only been one person that guessed the exact price on the showcase. Just one. And
There's
they had,
Barney Stinson, right?
they had to stop the show to make sure he was not cheating.
There's a Netflix documentary about that called The Perfect Bid. It's awesome. Yeah.
And then there was one man who turned down all his cash winnings because if he would have accepted it, he would have had to give half to his ex-wife.
That's a spiteful son of a bitch there.
That is G shit right there. Yep.
So, I mean, that's some little random facts about The Price is Right. But as I was doing that, I came across another fun fact that I had no idea, and I want to ask you guys if you know this. Okay. What is one thing you see every day, but not with your own eyes?
My penis, because my belly is too big.
No, that's wrong game show.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Your face.
Ah.
Because you have to look in a mirror or look at a reflection of it. Cannot see your face with your own eyes.
That is
Great.
fair.
That's
Waka.
very random comment. A fact there.
And you can see all of our faces every Thursday on Premier Streaming Network.
There it is. That's what I was waiting on. So yeah, that was mine. Little couple fun facts about The Price is Right.
I like it.
So besides that, let's see what else we got going on this week.
Well, appreciate that, Mike. That's good stuff. And yeah. So Brad, I guess it's time to swing it over your way. So Brad, what you got?
So a couple of weeks ago, after we were done recording, my wife was downstairs with a couple of her girlfriends, and they were like having a few drinks at the table. They actually were out that was the night I jumped on with you guys for Top Guy Thursday. So anyway, when I went down there, I said to one of her friends who every year she has a party, like a tequila theme party, and it hadn't happened yet. And I said, hey, I always like her party. She really does it up well. I said, when are we going to have this little shindig? And she goes, I'm really just looking for a date, to do it. Haven't been able to lock one down. I'm like, I forgot about it. 3 days later, Facebook invite. The party is September 1st. All right. So my wife's looking at me like, I think you had a little bit to do with this. I'm like, well, I hope I did. So anyway, the party's planned. I'm like that. It's like a Friday. I'm off Fridays, which is good. So I'm getting my day started. And I said, hey, what time does this party start tonight? She said 4. I said, what? She said 4. 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday? Don't people have jobs? She goes, I don't know. That's just what I'm like, we're not going at 4 o'clock. I got things to do. We are not going at 4 o'clock. Anyway, I was just like playing in my head. I'm like, all right, Saturday at 4, Sunday at 4. Okay. Friday at 4? Nah. So I get there and I see her husband. And first thing I say to him is like, I guess this little thing's my fault, huh? Like, yeah, it is. I thought we were in the clear. I thought this party wasn't going to happen this year. All of a sudden, here I am picking everything up all day. I had to take off yesterday and today for this party. I go, let me ask you another question. What's with the 4 o'clock start time? He goes, I don't know. I'm getting in the shower at 3:30. People were coming in the door. I'm like, whose idea was it to start it for? And he said, it was her idea because she said the kids were going to swim. He goes, guess what time they started swimming? 6:30. Just a funny thing. Like, and so I'm walking around that whole party the whole time saying, what do you guys think about this 4 o'clock start time? Huh? It's pretty weird, huh? Just fucking with everyone.
What an ass.
I know. It was a party at 4. So there was a woman at the party, and recently she lost her job. And I'm not going to get into names or anything like that. She lost her job because she said something really inappropriate at work. Stuff that we've all done it, right? Well, she's telling. I already know the story, right? But she starts telling it. So I plop myself down. My ass right down next to her as she's telling the story. And it was about basically she told a story. She was talking to one of her coworkers that it had to do with a hot dog. It had to do with some ketchup on it. And she made a reference. Okay. Well, apparently it's not the first time she's made a reference. And she is talking loud and she is talking fast. And I'm all in on this story. And it is funny. I look across the table. This old lady sitting there. And this is the hostess, the woman that's running the party's mom, who is 87 years old. And she is sitting there at this table listening to this story. She's got a walker, everything like that. Just kind of like, like that blank face the whole time, like just listening. So I'm not listening to the story. Now I'm watching her listen to the story and I can't breathe. I'm laughing so hard. Like, this girl is not holding back on all this effing this, effing that, effing this, effing that, hot dog blood, whatever. And this woman is just like looking at it, like taking it all in, like it's not a big deal. And I'm just laughing my ass off at this situation. But anyway, it was a fun party. Shout out to Pondwater Dave. Listen, I have a little bit of I'm gonna tell you not to do this, my friend. And I was gonna save this for another episode, and I'm not gonna get into a ton of details. But they're going for the Pondwater Dave show is trying to go for a certain number of subscribers on YouTube. And if he hits it, he is going to do the one chip challenge. I did the one chip challenge back in 2018 or 19. I can't remember. I did it as I was working at a dealership at the time, not the one I'm at now. And we were doing a YouTube video of me doing the one chip challenge. I talk shit. I say, I'm from Western Pennsylvania. We can handle the heat out there. All right. I say, this is going to be like a Tyson fight. Quick and easy. I eat the chip. Now, let me tell you something. This isn't normal. Okay. It's chewy and it is death. Okay. It is the hottest thing you're going to eat in your life where you feel like you're swallowing fire. I get through it. I do the video. It's funny. It's out there somewhere for anybody that wants to see it. But
on video?
Huh?
It's on video?
It's somewhere. I don't know if it's on YouTube. It might just be on a Facebook watch. I'll get it to you guys. All right. Jeez.
Yeah, we definitely, because that's definitely going to be a YouTube short on Crew at youtube.com.
Well, 2 hours later, I started having chest pains. And now the hot is out of my throat. That's over. I drank the milk. I did everything they told me to do. I played it up. I started having chest pains. Then it starts coming and going, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I was down on all fours, and I'm telling you, I was sweating buckets like you wouldn't believe. I am screaming in the dealership at the top of my lungs, call 911, call 911, because I thought I was going to die. I had to go to the hospital. I was there for 8 hours. I lost 2 deals that day, and it cost me $500 to the hospital. So the whole thing cost me $1,000. All the nurses and everything are watching the video. Okay, they're watching the video, and they're all standing in the nurses' station laughing. Dave, I'm telling you, I know you got a few years on me. If you have any blood pressure issues, if you have any reflux problems, do not do this. It's not the initial thing that happens. It's afterwards. I'm telling you, it is hell. Just my advice. I by the way, I messaged him 15 times last night about it. Finally, we lost another great performer. And this ties in a little bit with the Kickout Crew. We lost Jimmy Buffett. Some of you may have been fans. Some of you might not have been. I, at one time, was a parrot head. I've gone to at least, it was a little more than, I think, about eight shows. One time I didn't even make it in. Okay, just a great time. And he will be missed because he represents what we represent. We always say, and James mostly says it, that for the next 2 hours, ease your mind of your life's problems. Because just let the crew make you laugh, that kind of thing. Well, for me, Jimmy Buffett was a relaxation, and that was exactly what he was. His music was just about relaxing, having a good time, and you eased your mind. Every time I listened to a Jimmy Buffett song or Jimmy Buffett music, no matter what was going on in my life, it made me feel good. So he will be missed. So cheers to you, Jimmy. One last mango. Back to you, James.
All right. Since you ended it on that, I wasn't gonna make my joke because you talked about like your hot dog and ketchup. Then you talked about heat down your throat. Then you talked about being on all fours. But hey, I wasn't gonna make that joke since you ended on it.
Sorry, man, I ruined it for you.
Nah, isn't it funny? I still got it in though. And it goes with that joke too. But well, hey, Brad, come on down and tell us what today's agenda is.
So we lost one of the greats. We talked about it last week. Mike talked about it last week. We lost one of the greats in the game show world. We lost Bob Barker. So today we are dedicating this show to him. He was a guest host on Raw in 2009. And we're going to cover a lot of what goes on in that show and 2 great matches from the show. So, yeah, come on down.
Da, 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 da. Meow. But hey,
That sounded like the Wyatt thing again. That sounded like the Fiend.
Right. But what better way to watch stuff and enjoy stuff with some food? So Mike, what you got for Mike's Meat Minute this week?
Getting earlier and earlier, Mike.
That's right. And you know what? It's earlier and earlier. And today's even special because I got not 1, but 2 Mike's Meat Minutes for y'all.
2?
That's
The
2
first
minutes.
one we are doing is air fried pepperoni chicken parmesan. What you need is a couple of thick chicken breasts, mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, and marinara sauce. You want to butterfly cut your chicken, stuff it with your marinara sauce, your cheese, pepperoni, and cover with Parmesan breadcrumbs. Air fry for 15 to 17 minutes at 450 until they're done. Look at that. Does that not look good right there?
It does look good, Mike. I'd say $2.93.
No. And you know what else we can get to go along with some garlic parmesan? Stuffed garlic rolls. What do we want with this? We need a roll of biscuits, some more mozzarella cheese. We want to get y'all constipated for this one.
Perfect.
Some melted butter, minced garlic, and Italian seasoning. You're going to take your cheese in little balls and wrap them in the biscuit stuff. Then you take your melted butter, your garlic, and your Italian seasoning, melt the butter and everything, spread it all over there, and bake it for about 15 minutes.
How do you prepare the garlic? Is that minced garlic?
Yeah, it's just like the little minced garlic.
Perfect.
You just take it, put it in there, you melt the butter, stir it up, and you just spread it on the things.
I don't recommend you have this on date night.
And then you can add your extra marinara sauce to dip it in. Ching! Look at that.
I tell
Very
you.
I got not 1 but 2 in a minute.
Oh, so not a meal in 1, but 2?
2. Happy eating, folks.
Yeah. I like that.
Very good, Mike. Proud of you.
And your culinary pictures get better and better each week that we do this, man. You're really stepping that photo game up.
I only bring out the good plates for you guys. Like, I only have like 1 of these.
We got company coming over.
Company coming over, we're bringing out the paper plates. Fuck that.
Well, hey, I'm glad, that we could do that. And I guess, is it time for match 1?
Freaking Adam. Yeah.
Well, this is a Roddy television production right here. Or wait, that's not right.
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever. But I do like a Roddy. This is a Mark Goodson television production. There it is. Yeah. Hey, we'll get it. Sometimes you don't get it a hole in 1. You can go a hole in 2, right?
Put it in.
Fuck it. We're doing it. So, are we ready?
Ready.
Match 1? Let's do this. What is
Brad,
match 1?
James, did you want Brad to tell us a little bit about the show before the match? Before we got to this match?
That's the way to do it.
It's your show.
All right, so I can do a little bit of that before we do our match.
Let's do that. That's a good idea.
There's a lot to talk about that goes on here. Obviously, Bob Barker is the guest host, and they have a lot of Price is Right themed stuff throughout this. So when he first is introduced, he gets his first 4 contestants. Who are those first 4 contestants? We have Santino Marella, IRS, Jillian Hall, and the miserable Chris Jericho. They wanted nothing to do with this whatsoever. Highlights from this are Santino saying, "I'd like to buy a vowel."
Hilarious.
How incredibly unlikable IRS is in this, because he wants everything to include tax. So it was a DVD. I believe it was a SmackDown DVD.
Yeah.
Santino bid somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,400 and some dollars for it.
1,400 United States dollars.
Jillian Hall bids something like $75.
Sang it though.
Sang it, right? Correct. Yeah, you guys can interrupt me all you want. All right, and then $50, including tax from IRS. And Jericho said something like he is one half of, as Bob Barker is trying to make him feel better. And what a fatherly figure Bob Barker is in this. Let me tell you, he makes you feel good. He just makes you feel good. And so he bids $1.
He said, "Don't let me take you over my knee."
And I like how he's like, "Boy, they really like you here, Chris," and they're just booing the shit out of him.
By the way, Howard Finkel as the Rod Roddy was tremendous. Like
Amazing.
he was
I love it.
Amazing.
made for this part. And well, with $1, Chris Jericho wins the round. And now he is going to play for a trip to Hawaii. And who else as the models for this trip to Hawaii other than the absolute beautiful, absolute fire, and I don't care who hears it, Bella sisters, twins. My goodness. They looked tremendous. So Chris Jericho versus MVP, acting like his best Jey Uso to me, was that match. So that was a little bit of what happened in the beginning there. So you can continue now, James.
All right. I liked it. If you haven't seen that, that opening segment, and we'll get to the date here in a second, but if you haven't seen that opening segment, it is quite hilarious.
Very
Bob Barker has some good one-liners. He's really quick on his feet. He's been in showbiz for what he says, half a century or something at that time. And I'm glad. I'm actually glad that you said to go back and watch the segments because that one was really funny. I really,
An 85-year-old man, by the way, at this time. 86, something like that. Like he is sharp, pretty sharp.
Yeah. Some would say those are some priceless memories. But anyway, we're going to get to match number 1. And it is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. It took place on Monday Night Raw, WWE Monday Night Raw, that is, September 7th, 2009. So when we're talking about that Bob Barker segment, it is September 7th, 2009 on WWE Network or Peacock, whichever, for our international listeners and domestic. It took place at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. My goodness. Some would say it's all in. Some would say it's all out. That's all I got to say about old Chi-Town. And it had a match length of 10 minutes and 37 seconds. Couldn't find any Meltzer ratings because I think at this time he wasn't rating the Raw episodes. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So, Devyn, come on down. How did we get there?
All right, so this was right in the middle of Randy Orton's huge run with Legacy, leading Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase in a faction. Randy Orton was the WWE champion at the time, and Cody Rhodes' father, Dusty Rhodes, was the guest GM. Dusty, given his son the biggest opportunity of a lifetime, put Cody Rhodes up one-on-one with the WWE champion, Randy Orton, who was also his leader in Legacy. In that match, John Cena ended up becoming named the special ref, and it was all a ruse for Dusty to turn heel and help Legacy beat down the evil John Cena. So Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, and Dusty Rhodes all gave John Cena a tremendous beatdown. And then to end the show, Randy Orton would do the unthinkable and RKO Dusty Rhodes. So that was the week before. This following week, John Cena's getting a little retribution against one of those guys, Cody Rhodes.
So you hit on it for a minute there because I asked if you saw the WWE Rewind, and that's what that was, right? The Dusty Rhodes RKO. Yeah, that was something to see for sure. But is that Paris Hilton in the crowd, or who is that in the crowd in the front row there, Devyn?
Oh, so that was actually Summer Rae. Summer Rae was in the front row. She was with a football team. They called her they said that she was the football player's girlfriend. Which I'm pretty sure she was in WWE developmental at the time. But
come on down. Anyway, so we have Cody Rhodes' entrance. Not much of a reaction, honestly. But James, let's get this party started. Who are the announcers?
I am definitely glad you asked because it is Michael Cole and Jerry the King Lawler.
So we have Cody on the microphone in the beginning of this. Mike, how did the promo come off to you?
Nah, it's not the Cody we have today.
You don't think so? I thought it was pretty close.
You could hear it in him, but I don't think he was as passionate as he is now.
Well, he didn't say, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, it was in there. Like, you could hear it, like, in his, like, it was down in there somewhere. It wasn't released yet.
Does he have a nose ring in?
Probably.
Yeah, he did. Just so you know, it's on the other side. Or is it that side? I can't tell.
I don't think so.
All right. So Cena's music hits to absolutely no boos. He gets a tremendous pop. A lot of hot girls in the crowd tonight, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there. So immediately they lock up. Cena throws Cody Rhodes out of the ring. And then we have a commercial break. So, Devyn, does the 60 seconds bother you, or is it a needed break?
No, it didn't really bother me. I mean,
You don't like
it's fine.
immediately when the match starts?
No, I mean it is kind of annoying that like when they first go to the commercial, but it's TV. I mean, they're gonna have a commercial no matter what.
Shout out picture in picture.
Speaking of picture in picture, James, when they come back from the commercial break, they have the camera on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
When we come back, James, is that different to you? Like, why are they not showing the match? Why are they showing the match on the Jumbotron?
I did kind of notice that, and it was mid-move. Well, and it was mid-move when they came back, and then Jerry is trying to, like, hey, welcome back to Monday Night Raw, guest host, blah, 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 but there's a pin going on while he's trying to do that welcome back thing. So then Michael Cole is talking over him like, 1, 2, and it's just like, it didn't really, I think we were getting used to that. And maybe here's another thing I was thinking of. Well, do you think that the wrestlers were like, because sometimes the wrestlers fuck with the announcers. So do you think that they went to a pin to make the announcers kind of, kerfluffle at that point?
Well, I've heard that one of the Harts, Owen Hart, used to do that all kind of stuff.
Because I thought about, like, I wonder if Cena and him were like, oh, we're back from TV. Let's go to a pin while one person's promoting welcome back and the other person has to talk about the count. Because if you miss a 3 count while you're doing that, then everything's fucked, No,
I just think it's so fun to watch these matches back. We talked about it last week, James, me and you, and about how they came back from the break but showed what happened in the commercial break. And now they come back from a break and they show the Jumbotron. Just the different things that happen.
Not the ring, the Jumbotron.
Well, I think we're so used to the production of today that we notice these things. Yeah. Like, what are they thinking? But and then maybe in 10 years we say that about what we see now. Who knows? So we have a face first to Rhodes. Rhodes hiding behind the ref and retreating. Big back body drop to Cody. Now he's out of the ring. So this was for Adam, but we'll go to you, Mike. Can Cody be a heel again now, or is he too over?
Ooh, I think he could be a heel. If he really wanted to, yeah, he could definitely do it. He could come out there. I don't know if he would maybe turn on Seth or do something, but I can see him coming out there and then just being like, I did it for me. I didn't do it for you guys. I didn't do it for my dad. I did it for me.
We'll see. I mean, I guess time will tell. I don't know. Like, I mean, they have built a tremendous baby face here.
I don't think they want him here
not right now. But I guess that's maybe a move you make when you start losing some momentum. Yeah. Like I'll tell you what, it didn't work for Stone Cold though.
Well, it's up to the crowd too, because it's one of those. If you're fed Cody all the time, just like you're fed Roman, you're fed Cena.
When he left AEW, that's all they wanted was for him to be a heel. He left there and he wasn't heel. He came over here and boom, automatic pop, automatic baby face. Bring him in, let him get all this build up for a couple years, and then boom, just turn on everybody.
So Rhodes tricks Cena, falls into the announce table. Now Rhodes taking it to Cena. Now there's Cena chance. We have a belly to belly-ish here, belly-ish to Rhodes. I was a different kind of move for sure. It just looked a little different, but it is that. A kick to Cena, clothesline to Cena, and there's a cover out of 2. Again, Cody on the offense. The sky was the limit for Rhodes here, don't you think, Adam? Devyn? or do you believe that Vince really did have it in for the Rhodes family?
No, I think the sky was the limit. It seemed like Vince was kind of over the Dusty stuff at the time. He was letting Cody Rhodes see if Cody Rhodes could be the next guy. If he could be the next Randy Orton, he was going to let him be.
Was he not quite ready?
Not at this time, I don't believe. He was still
And
10 years away.
You mentioned that thing with Vince McMahon against the Rhodes. I don't think that's true.
I don't either. I just have to bring it up.
I mean, if you look, he gave Dusty the polka dots. What did Dusty do? He got it over.
Got the polka dots over. Gold dust. Got it over.
He gave him gold dust. Got it over. He gave Cody all this other stuff, and then he gave him Stardust, and he got it over.
Yeah, I don't know about Stardust. That feels like a
he got it over so much he left.
But he still pulled it off.
He
still got it.
What do you got, James?
Nope. Go ahead.
Well, who else would Vince have trusted to take all these roles other than the Rhodes family?
Why have the roles?
Boom. Thank you. Why put the dad in polka dots? Why just good, yeah. Why
what you didn't have to fill these roles.
Why the gold dust thing?
The box of gimmicks, right?
Why I don't know. Yeah, I think Vince wasn't out to get him, but it was kind of a welcome to my world type of thing.
By the way, new merch, Angry Lemonade, KOC for life. So Rhodes working on Cena's leg, drop toe hold to Rhodes, Russian leg sweep by Rhodes. James, how do you like the match so far?
I dig it, and it was very refreshing because obviously wasn't watching it this time, but it was
that should be a shirt, buddy. That should be a shirt.
But it was refreshing that Cena was actually getting cheers. Were they piped in? Who knows? But Cena was getting cheers.
It was before the turn on him for sure.
Okay.
I definitely don't think there was the Cena hate yet.
Because as we go along in this match, that was going to be one of my talking points. Like, when did that start?
I don't know when it started. I started watching it in 2012, and it was there.
Because they were in it. Like, when he came out and, like, when he's doing offensive moves and stuff, the crowd's in it. So.
Well, that's a question for you, Devyn. When did they start happening?
What?
The Cena boos. The Cena, like, turn on Cena.
I think it was really, like, around, like, the 2006, 2007 era.
Oh, okay, because this is 2009.
When everyone wanted heel Edge to be running it, but he only had like a 2-month run with the WWE title before he lost it back to Cena.
This is 3 years later.
Yeah, so I'm way off then. They're cheering for him here. They're not booing him.
Yeah,
here.
they're cheering the shit out of him.
It was really territorial. If they were close to a hometown, then they'd love it. If they're a hometown of someone else, then they did not want Cena.
That makes a ton of sense, actually. A ton of sense. So, clothesline to Cena, like I said, Cody with a chin lock submission hold. The announcer seemed real impressed with it for some reason. But there's no chance here, Mike, that Cena submits, right?
No. Why? He can't ever submit. Not by Cody Rhodes at this time.
I mean, there's an armbar to Cena right after this. And this is an old school move, Mike, but in MMA, this is a move where you do submit, but there's just no way here, right? No way that Cena, but he really sells it.
Brock Lesnar, he would have.
He sells it though, right?
Yeah.
At the upcoming pay-per-view, it is Breaking Point is going to be Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes versus DX in a submissions-only match. So when Cody Rhodes is going through these submissions, I think that John Cena's kind of just playing it up, saying, hey, Cody has a submission match coming up. Why not showcase a little bit of it?
Look at
I think I mentioned in the next match, by the way, drink one every time they say Breaking Point.
Right.
Cena powers out. Took a while, though, and it was tough. Shoulder tackle by Cena. Now we got some vintage Cena here with these moves.
Hey, whoa, okay. Hey, I do want to, because the commentary, like when Cena does that flip over thing, whatever, I think it's Michael Cole that says, vintage John Cena. And I wrote that down because this is 2009. He started wrestling, what, 04? What do you mean vintage? He's been wrestling 4 or 5 years. Like
I said it just from us.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like on commentary, Cole's like, yeah, like if you're looking on Premier Streaming Network on the video version, you see a snapshot from that move, and Michael Cole's like, oh, vintage John Cena, and I was like, I've been wrestling like 5 years. Like, what do you mean vintage John Cena?
I mean, that's true. Vintage is kind of thrown around a little loosely. I'll give you that.
Like, did he
LA
only
Knight
do
did
that
a move
OVW?
the other night.
Like, I didn't get that part.
LA Knight did a move the other night, and Michael Cole called it vintage LA Knight. So,
If he would have said Eli Drake, I think it would have made more sense. Because right, LA Knight's been around 2 years.
Right.
yeah.
Cena applies the STF. Is that what you wanted? Okay. Orton comes into the ring, and now he attacks, and we have a DQ finish. So then we have an attitude adjustment to Cody. Devyn, the fans are still pretty hot for this, though, right? Even though it was a DQ finish?
Oh, yeah. Randy Orton is definitely over as a heel right now. And at the upcoming pay-per-view at Breaking Point, it's going to be an I Quit match between John Cena and Randy Orton. So I feel like that DQ finish is kind of just a don't let Cody Rhodes get beat before his match with DX, but also don't give John Cena a decisive victory before his match with Randy Orton.
Would it be rare, Devyn, for Cody to use a figure 4 now?
Oh, absolutely not.
I forgot that.
I feel like we see it all the time. Like probably once a month at least.
So guys, that's
vintage
the match.
Cody Rhodes.
Vintage Cody Rhodes. That's the match, guys. Not too long. But I think they're telling a story in the ring. It is a Raw. They're building towards Breaking Point, which we don't have anymore. Drink one. And that's it. Back to you, James.
Well, thanks, man. I really, I did enjoy that. We'll probably get into that later, I'm assuming. Yeah. So, I guess, to keep this, yodeling on up the mountain through this episode, I guess it's time for me, my little segment. So, as you guys are hearing this, obviously it's been a little bit, but this Labor Day weekend, I was in Pittsburgh for WWE Payback and went with, I'll just start with Payback itself. And I'm not going to get too involved in all the matches and bullshit like that, but as a person that's never been to a WWE pay-per-view, it was really epic to see. I really enjoyed the fact that I got to see Becky Lynch. I got to see Trish Stratus. I got to see John Cena, which I thought was really cool. LA Knight, I got to, and the crowd was live for that, dude. Got to see The Miz. I really, really popped for Rey Mysterio's entrance because I've never seen him, and I thought that was like a really epic thing. And I know I was texting you guys off and on throughout the show, but the tag match was really live. I enjoyed booing the hell out of Sammy KO while everyone around me was literally cheering them. So I thought that was fun. I will say I thought the loudest pop of the night was when Finn Balor grabs the terrible towel and he looks at it and then spins it and the crowd's going ape shit. And then he throws it down and starts stomping on it. And that boo was, I thought, the loudest pop of the night. I really enjoyed it. I will say when they came out the hockey gear and they're clanging the sticks on the stage, Bober is just like, oh, they're gonna throw the gloves, and everybody around, because it's a hockey time, so everybody's like, they're gonna throw the gloves, so they throw the gloves off, and then they start fighting. Crowd goes ape shit again, all that stuff. I thought seeing Cody Rhodes in a WWE ring, because I've seen him multiple times in an AEW ring, I thought it was cool. He didn't wrestle. Jey Uso came back. 2 weeks. He was gone 2 weeks, but
what was that? What is that new thing everybody's doing?
I don't know, but I was part of it too. I was doing it too.
Well, where did it start? Like, how did everybody know to do that?
Ish,
and we just kept
Like,
doing
what
that.
is that? I go, I watch every week. Where did this come from? I'm not new.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, got you doing that. Started doing it, and the whole crowd started doing it. So I was like, fuck it.
He did it at that pay-per-view where he faced Roman. That was the first time he did it.
I never even.
It went from nothing to over, and I'm like, what is this?
New to me. Saw Rhea Ripley. Not going to comment on. I think the crowd was just kind of dead for that match, but they did pop up right at the end though. The crowd came alive again, and Seth. Everybody's like cheering Seth. I was heavily going for Shinsuke, but right when the crowd would do Seth's like whoa, and they would kind of die down, I would just start screaming whoa. Like, yeah.
I was gonna. How was that like in the live crowd? Like, is it as loud as it
Pretty
is?
fucking
Even like
loud,
with
dude.
Cody.
Like
What about
the
with Cody?
tag
When
match.
Cody comes out.
Tag match had a bunch of pops, but the crowd was behind Seth for sure. And they started doing that, whoa, whoa. It's really, really, really loud. So that was cool to see.
Yeah.
And I had my buddy with me who's like, he's pseudo a wrestling fan, but he's like, damn, dude. I'm like, hey, man, when you're over, you're over,
Man.
And, what really gets me is this is kind of my main point of it all. And I got to go to the Rib Fest on Friday night. Shout out Pittsburgh. I'm a guy from Texas, all the way to Pittsburgh for a Rib Fest, but it was really, really good. A band called the Clarks, who I'd never heard, blown away by them. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're fun. They've been around a long time, James.
Oh yeah, because even Bober was like, hey man, if you wanna, we can stay for like 3 or 4 songs. You don't like it, we can leave. And I was like, we're staying. Like every song I heard, I was like, we're staying, dude. I love this.
Oh,
I thought
fun.
they were really, really good. And I've been looking at them on Spotify since. But kind of to tie it all together, it kind of brings me to like with ad-free shows like being a thing. And like I got back into wrestling. And if you think about it, I'm at that pay-per-view with a guy from Pittsburgh. I'm, originally from Texas, moved to Florida from Oklahoma. I'm with my neighbor who is from Florida. And then JB, shout out, friend of the show, JB Games. He checked the archives for his episode. He's from Ohio. So 4 of us are there watching wrestling. And, with ad-free shows and me getting back into wrestling, I just want to hammer home how wrestling like really connects people, man. And it really is a worldwide thing. And it brings a lot of people together. And we're from different walks of life for sure. But, we just brought us all together and we had a ton of fun. And I wouldn't have met them without wrestling, number one. And I wouldn't have met them without ad-free shows, which I guess should be the number one. So a friend of the show, Megan Nelson, let me stay at her apartment. And a very, very good friend of mine. And she actually, I'm a friend of hers, I guess is a good way to word it too, because it's really cool. I'm a little tough to get used to. People kind of read me the wrong way just because I'm a smart ass all the time. But
you're on the right show.
Right. But it's just she's a really, really good friend to me. Helped me out through a lot of tough times. And like it's good to have people have your back. And so I want to thank her for everything she's done for me in the past, in the present, and definitely moving on for the future, together. And same thing with Bober, man. He went above and beyond on a lot of things. He didn't have to do what he did. And I met him through Megan. So that's like a 3, like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type of thing. Meeting him and being friends with him. And we went to his apartment, hung out at his pool. His neighbors and people were really badass. And Bober, like, picked us up from the apartment, drove us around wherever we needed to go. And he's a really, really great guy. And I'm kind of bummed that we had him on during our StreamYard fiasco because we definitely need to have him on again. But Bober definitely needs the credit that he deserves because he's an amazing dude. I had a blast with him. And that's like our 3rd, 4th time hanging out in public, like together, like in person. We hang out on Zooms all the time. But it's just like wrestling, man. Like it's so fucking cool. Like everybody, is an NFL fan or whatever. But like that doesn't connect you like all of this does, Wrestling connected us. And ad-free shows connected us. And, stuff like that. So I really it's just badass to like hang out with people. I definitely eased my mind during that whole weekend. And I want to thank Bober from the bottom of my heart because that's a homie, that's a bro now. And, with wrestling, I met all you guys. And we're all from fucking different states. Like it was really it's just really cool how like connecting everything is with wrestling. Like as much as the bullshit with some fans and tribalism and bullshit like that, in all reality, wrestling brings a lot of people together, and I don't think it gets the credit that it deserves of that because it's all walks of life. We all like that, and it's cool. And Pittsburgh, I like it because it's like a small town people in a big city, like blue collar. Nobody's major assholes. Everybody was really accepting. Like, like, hey man, come on, come have a beer. People were sharing their beers with me and shit. So it was just really, it was really like it was a really good way to separate from the bullshit and ease my mind, And I just want to, I can't put into words how much that weekend meant to me and how much, this show means to me, that weekend, and just wrestling in general, man. And to end it, I'm really fucking glad I became a fan again because it literally changed my life. Literally saved me and changed my life. And you can't put a price or words on that. So that is the spirit of Pittsburgh.
Love it. What kind of Permane Brothers sandwich did you have?
Well, it was the PB New York.
Yeah, I already know the answer. Like wrong.
They had corned beef and pastrami and slaw, and of course fries.
No, that's good. I like the pastrami. I like the corned beef too.
I think it was.
You know why
PB.
Pittsburgh's so cool, James?
What's up?
You know why Pittsburgh's so cool?
Because it's not Philly.
Yeah, all the assholes in Pennsylvania moved to Philly. So.
Yeah, I like that.
I have nothing.
But yeah,
no selling it.
That is the spirit of Pittsburgh. So I guess up next is...
Hey, welcome. There he is.
Ref Adam.
Sorry, guys, had a personal thing come up.
Oh, good.
Do y'all have just that one friend? Like he'll come by and you're like, "Hey, dude, I'm recording. We're about to record a podcast." Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna stop by. Okay, I just told you I'm recording. Okay, we'll stop by. Okay. And then he comes in, talks. Went to school with this guy. I love this guy to death. Do anything in the world for him. But I'm sitting down writing stuff down for the podcast. He keeps talking. I'm like, yeah, the guys are kind of wanting me to jump on. Well, yeah, but then all this happened right here. All right, man. So, you just got that one friend that don't get the hint, like you're trying to drop a couple.
I got that. Her name's Grandma.
Adam, you're very mustache heavy.
I hadn't shaved.
Heard that.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know, but it's your segment, pal. So.
It says Devyn's topic.
Oh, fuck. What am I doing? I just got excited you were here. Sorry, Devyn.
Right.
I don't care.
I wish my kids got that excited.
Well, looks like I wish we could do the shaky camera thing. Like, where is Devyn Dalley? Where's Devyn Dalley? Devyn, come on down. And hey, tell us what the kids are watching these days, Devyn.
So, for my topic this week, since we're kind of Price is Right heavy, I had an idea to go back and watch the old show, The Price is Right, back when Bob Barker was on it. And to start the show, all the time they call the contestants down. So, all the contestants would come down and bid on an item. I have pulled up some items. You guys are going to be my 4 contestants. And I want you to bid on how much you think these things cost.
All
$1.
right. You guys are going down.
Uh,
Oh, look, he got with Bryant.
Oh, here,
All right.
collusion.
So number 1, we're just going to start in order of my screen, which is James, Mike, Brad, Adam. Okay?
I'm third.
So
What a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, thanks.
So-
I'm last.
Yeah, I'm usually
the
last.
first
The main
item-
eventer usually goes last.
how much would a Kane replica mask on WWE Shop be?
Oh, okay. So this is not the Walmart version. Because I
No.
have that.
Are we doing?
And I know-
Are we doing cents or just whole dollars?
We can round up to the nearest dollar.
Bob Barker rounded up.
We'll just do
I'll
whole
round up.
dollars. I'm gonna go with 42. Devyn, give me 42, please.
James, 42.
Mike.
I'm gonna say 45.
45. Brad?
I'm gonna go $29.99. All right, $29.99 to $29.
29. Brad? Adam, you're up.
Can I buy a vowel?
I knew that was fucking coming.
Oh,
That's the wrong game
yes.
show.
What is 20? No. What is $34.99?
So, James said 42. Mike said 44. Brad said $29.99.
45.
And 45. Sorry. Brad said $29.99. And what was yours, Adam?
$34.99.
Actual retail price of the Kane replica mask on WWEshop.com is $38. So,
Freaking Adam.
Adam, you're the winner of round number 1.
That Val will get you every time.
All right.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
This is a Joe Hendry t-shirt that can be found on shopimpact.com. So, Adam, you won the last round, so you start us off this time.
Let's go. $29.99.
Okay, James?
Strong bid.
So we are doing decimal points, I guess.
We're
If
breaking
you
all
want to.
I'm gonna go with $24.99.
Mike?
25 even.
You fucking dick.
Yeah, well, I'm going 30 even.
All right, so... And Brad... So, Adam said $29.99. James
Yeah, and I
said
said 30 even. You better be right
$24.99.
on the money, Adam.
Mike said 25. And Brad said 30 even. So, actual retail price is $24.99. James is the winner of this round.
I swear I was going to say that, but I didn't think it's going to be that low.
They must have discounted that $5. It used to be $29.99.
Is this with or without shipping?
I was going to
This
get
is
one.
bullshit.
Without shipping.
Oh, okay.
All right, round number 3.
Are those
$3.
DVDs?
$3.
How much is the Big Show's A Giant's World DVD on Amazon.com?
We still have that?
Free with a purchase.
Go looking at Amazon.
free with any purchase over $10.
James, you won the last round. You start us off.
Free with a purchase over. I'll go $11.99, Devyn.
$11.99. Mike?
$1.
Already?
Yes.
Brad?
I'm going to say $29.99.
Adam, what's your
That-
price?
Does it say how many discs is in it?
It is a 3-disc set.
Oh, fuck.
It is a 3-disc set.
$32.99.
All right, so James said $11.99. Mike said $1. Brad said $29.99. Adam said $32.99. Actual retail price is $12.99. James
What?
wins this round again.
Boom!
Let's
Put
go.
in the motherfucking
That's
showcase. Let me
stupid.
You know
spin
what?
that
This
wheel.
is-
Let me spin the wheel.
This is used. This is used on eBay.
Let me spin
All
the
right,
wheel.
so our
Stupid.
fourth and final round.
This looks
This
fun
is-
as hell, and I want it.
Oh,
A
shit.
WWE Collector's New Generation Arena and Ring with Diesel and Doink
Wow, I want
Ultimate
this.
Edition. James, you won the previous round, so you can start the bids.
Fuck
All right,
off,
let me get some help from the crowd.
Can I phone a friend?
I will say, for those of you not watching on the video version, exclusively on Premier Streaming Network, this looks pretty fucking awesome, and it looks like a awesome gift to have. So I'm gonna, you know what, Bob? I'm gonna go with $59.99.
All right, Mike, how much do you think?
$99.99.
Brad?
Mister in your house, your house. I'm gonna go with.
That's Mick Foley.
Yeah, I know, but it's in your house.
Oh, gotcha.
$34.99.
Adam?
So we're bidding on the ring, the two
Entire thing.
wrestlers. Okay. Even the entryway.
And a phone
Yep.
call from Mick Foley.
Oh, that took it down.
I think I did under.
Now, which doink is this? Is this
Ah,
Steve
geez,
Kern?
I hate
He has a hammer.
Plastic. It's a plastic doink.
I am not 100% sure.
He
79.
has a hammer that destroyed the Fiend when Seth Rollins fought him.
The Fiend is square. This one's round.
Oh.
79.
All right, so Adam says 79. James said 59.99. Mike said 99.99. Brad said 34.99. Actual retail price $549.95.
I won. I was closer.
Mike, you won the fourth and final round. Congratulations.
Why is that so much?
Not enough fucking spend $500.
I was maybe thinking like 129 or something.
Wait a minute. Did Taylor Swift pee on this or something? What's going on here?
I didn't see that coming. I'm not lying. I didn't see that.
She had to do one B. I'm just saying.
Hey, people say Diesel didn't draw money. Bullshit.
Doink and Diesel ever in the ring together?
And that can be found on Amazon.com. Just so you
That's why it's still on Amazon, because nobody's going to pay that shit.
Right.
Who the fuck's gonna buy that? That was a good one,
Some
Devyn.
say
I like
it's still
that.
hanging
That
on the
was fun.
peg.
well, that was my topic this week. So back to you, James.
Topic and
That was
demographic was that.
Oh yeah, you got demographic too, pal.
I don't look at the outline. Refresh the outline.
Nope, no demographic.
Refresh the outline.
I print mine out.
Back to you, James.
All right. Well, fuck me running, I guess. Well, boy, howdy. Are we off? So is it time to drop down and see where the pegs lie on old Plinko? Because it's time for the second match. So,
No, we have as an in-ring performer.
oh yeah, we do. God, my bad, Adam. So, Adam, welcome to the show. Come on down and let us know. As an in-ring performer, what do you got for us this week?
I feel like there's a conspiracy going because Brad tried to skip Devyn. James tried to skip me.
Brad's trying to get the show to under an hour.
Once we get
Y'all were trying to skip
blurs.
the good-looking guys of the group. I see what's going on here.
With that mustache, you're right.
hey, is there infighting?
My flavor saver.
For life.
Well, look in my eyes. What do you see?
The cult of I'm being
Yeah.
fired.
No CM Punk on my TV.
All right, so I know. Usually I'll pick a match or a pay-per-view to watch, but I couldn't pick just one because there was a lot of damn good wrestling in August.
True.
I mean, we had All Out, All In. Now,
Payback Fastlane.
Yeah, but that was
NWA
September.
75.
Payback was September, wasn't it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure James was just there.
Payback was September. It was September
You're right.
3rd.
So it was All Out then.
Yeah, it was All Out. Okay.
So it was All Out.
All in.
Out.
Yeah,
All
so
in August. All out
The one-
September.
Right.
The one in London. The one in London.
All in.
That's all in.
All right, so
Oh, are we talking CM Punk and Jack Perry? The best match on the card?
actually, I'm talking about Omega and Takeshita.
Ah.
No, that was All Out. Never mind.
Yeah, you're screwed.
What about Sue? Can we talk about Sue in London in the minivan? Huh?
Let's go MGF Adam Cole then. The greatest,
Yeah.
the greatest main event in the greatest show. That was a good one. I can't do that because that was on Payback,
Lord, I thought I did drugs. The greatest main event in the greatest show?
according to Tony Khan. Anyway,
Oh, of course.
Chad Gable and Gunther had a couple of good matches on Monday Night Raw.
Very true.
Damn good matches.
Yeah, they did.
So the other two,
That's
the other two was in September, so I can't use them yet. But I want to go back to one match that happened in July because I didn't get to do that one. July 15th on Collision, there was an FTR versus Bullet Club Gold 2 out of 3 falls match. That's probably one of the best damn matches I've seen all year long. But of course, it's FTR. So if you got time, I'd go check any of them out. All In was good. All Out was good. Payback was good. So that whole pay-per-view was good. So it's going to be hard again next month because I think Rollins and Nakamura, just like James said, I think they stole the night.
I dug it. I really did.
Adam, did you get a chance to watch that match I asked you to watch? The Good Hands versus ABC Chris Bay and shit. Fuck me running. From
Ace
Impact.
Austin.
Professional podcast.
Ace Austin. Thank you
Ace
so much.
Austin,
Ace
yeah.
Austin. Just slipped my mind. Did you get a chance to watch them? Those two guys are unbelievable.
No, but I know how good
Phenomenal.
Ace Austin is. And Chris
Young
Bay.
guys. Young guys, man.
I ain't got to yet, but I promise I will.
We were supposed to get to it 2 weeks ago, so thanks for that.
I
Did you
forgot.
watch it for me, Devin?
I did. I've been watching Impact
Shut up,
for the
Devin. It's
past
not your turn.
month now.
It's your turn, Devin. You had your turn. Shut up. So did anybody else see Devin picking apples and having them fed to him on Facebook today?
In 1 month, she'll be my queen.
I can't.
That is a quote from Macho Man in primetime 1991.
Doesn't make it right, pal. It
He's
doesn't
talking
make it
about
right.
Miss Elizabeth. In 1 month, I'll make her my queen.
Yeah, now look how all that happened.
Yeah, that's
How
not
that ended.
exactly-
Yeah, that's a
example.
bad example.
Look how all that ended, buddy.
Why don't you bring up Sonny then? You know, why you have it?
SummerSlam was beautiful.
I mean, if
I
you want
said-
to talk about quotes, we can bring up some Joel Gertner, dimes.
I mean, if we're going to use that quote, James is going to be Lex Luger. I'll leave it at that.
You ride my Lex Express. I don't even know where we're going with this.
Well, if Devin is Macho Man and Erica is Miss
Oh,
Elizabeth,
God. Nope. Yeah, I got you. I get it now. Nah. All right, moving on.
I'm just kidding, man.
There's about to be a brawl out.
I'm just kidding, man. It's great to see you, Bubba.
Yeah, we're real happy for you, Devin.
I was
Yeah,
catching.
amazingly happy.
I was catching up on some mailbags because I re-enlisted to the next level, and even Paulie B and them were talking about Devin, how he was going to marry his high school sweetheart. He thought it was the sweetest thing in the world.
I did not know that. All I have to say
Yodely,
is-
yodely, 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 yodely.
And how you're living vicariously through Mike Chioda and his stories. I'll leave that right there.
Well, you know it is his favorite podcast. Boom, that's a callback.
Yeah.
International love. That's all I'm going to say, Devin.
Longest court case in history that got nowhere.
Still not finished.
Oh, we got somewhere. Never mind. I'm just going.
Yeah, that's when I got Attorney Adam on my side.
Yep, you see which attorney's still standing.
Pack your bags, you're traveling. You're traveling.
Traveling.
But no, there was a lot of good matches for August. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of them for September. So it's hard to just pick one. SmackDown's been great. Raw's been great. AEW would be good if they would slow down and just let stuff simmer. Oh yeah, and there's one more match. Will Ospreay and Chris Jericho. It was better than it should have been.
He's still
I
not
thought-
signed to AEW, huh?
No, he's still in New Japan.
Because he's shown up on Impact now, I heard.
He's technically still New Japan for another couple of months, I believe.
Well, I mean, I know they can do what they kind of want.
Yeah, I
but
think he's kind of free agenting right now.
he's
Yeah.
got a lot. I didn't realize
It
the
was
amount of
still a good
charisma.
match. That was a hell of a match, though.
Dude is so good, man. Will
He's got-
Ospreay is got to be one of the best wrestlers in the world right now.
There was like some comments that how much money is he drawing, but he could draw money. He's got charisma too. He's got a lot going on.
That's
And you
going to
gotta
be
give
another
credit to
bidding war in
Jericho for that,
2024.
Jericho's been in it for what, like 40 years now, and he's still putting on good performances like that.
That
And
was
he-
one of Jericho's best of the year.
That was
That's
in
what I'm
September. Or no, that was in August. Never mind.
And think about this:
Now
we're
I'm
covering a
fucked
show.
up.
We're covering the show tonight from 14 years ago that he was on, and he was already kind of a veteran.
Yeah.
Like he started what 98, 99 with the WWE.
That's when he interrupted The Rock on Monday Night
Yeah,
Raw.
so this is 10 years later.
Yeah, and you got to think
how
about like
long-
WCW
How long
before
was the
that,
rest of the
ECW.
before
yeah, Stampede.
Yeah,
96
New
in
Japan, like-
WCW 96.
I mean,
Stampede Wrestling in New
Yeah.
Japan. He was doing shit. I think like
so he was
late
36 years old there. Like he's already
did.
a veteran.
He did stuff for Jim Cornette, Smoky Mountain.
ECW, Lion, yep.
Stampede Wrestling, or and in Japan, like him and Lance Storm,
That's
Thrill
one guy right
seekers.
there. I mean, he deserves his flowers because, I mean, for him doing it then and putting on the same matches now, if not better.
I want to give a shout out to Cero Miedo. The ladder breaks, and they still like, fuck it. And went right back up on that bitch. Shout out to Alex Abrahantes, my man. Shout out to him, like, kind of holding it. But yeah, the ladder breaks. Oh, this is fucked up. And they're like, nope. Climbed right back up that bitch and, did that.
They got guts, those guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They just keep going.
And when Sue came out in London, she's driving a minivan.
I know.
London, and
Did
even
you
that whole
see that
crowd's like,
coming?
Hey, that was a real table, so cry me a river.
Sue. Like, that was awesome.
I did not see Sue coming.
Oh man. And then like, number one, the crowd knew about it, and number two, like, I wonder what the license plate on the minivan was.
Did you know that Trent was in WWE?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I like I said, I started watching in 2012. He was back in NXT from like 09 to 2012, SmackDown NXT. I didn't know that.
He's one of the most underrated guys on AEW.
He is. They're both good.
He has a damn
I like
good
Chuck
match.
Taylor.
Their record's not good, but they're good.
I tried to pawn off
Chucky
of.
T.
I tried to give Chuck Taylor a beer one time at a hotel, like happened to be staying at the same hotel as him, and I was selling it like, you got your Bud Lights, you got your Budweisers, you got your Coors Lights. I just stick with what's natural. Natural Light. And he was like, I've never heard anyone sell Natural Light as hard as you are. And I was like, you want one? He's like, hell no. I brought him down on like the
Didn't sell it
AEW
good
locker
enough.
room is down there, and I bring Natural Lights in a fucking plastic bag down there.
But
It's
Trent
awesome.
Beretta is, I think, one of the most underrated guys on AEW. He has a damn good match every time he's out there.
And we got to see Scorpio. Well, I don't know. I don't remember what event that was because there's like 20 of them in a row. But shout out Scorpio Sky. I'm glad he's. I hope he comes back and like makes a scene for sure.
So, James, before you get into the next match, I'm sorry, Adam, are you all finished up?
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. We're just shooting shit now.
So before you go to the next match, I think we should talk about the next segment of Bob Barker. What do you think?
I wholeheartedly agree because who's the next contestant?
So first off, we have DX with him. Let's not forget that part. DX, who has in Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they as their old selves. You know what I mean? And they got 2 words for you: spin it.
I love that.
Spin it.
I loved when Barker's like, I got 2 words for you: spin it.
Shout out Kelly, because yep, this was a good time in wrestling.
Yes, it was.
I like how Shawn Michaels is like, no, this is serious, Bob. We're not going to do it. Oh, okay, we'll spin the wheel. That's okay.
So they
Since you
spin the
told us
wheel, and they
Make the
land
deal?
on. Well, they land on the masterpiece. Hair plugs and all, as he says. Hair plugs and all. It's a bad spin. Like something like, I'm paraphrasing, but I was dying. And then they spin it again, and they land on Randy Orton. I'll tell you what, Bob Barker is a good sport, and I thought these guys did it. I mean, everybody's a fan of Bob Barker.
Do we appreciate
Everybody's
the
a fan.
fact that they got the skinny ass microphone too? I
Yes.
fucking love that. Like, not a regular microphone. Like, they got the skinny. Oh man, it was just so.
Another
Mike.
fun
Really
fact
good
about
episode
Price is
overall.
Right. The reason they use the skinny microphone is because they do not want it to look like a news podcast or newscast, not podcast. The podcast wasn't there. But
Where
they don't
was
want
that an hour ago, Mike?
Right?
It was on the list.
He was
But
saying
you got the microphone. I figured I'd let you see it or hear it.
So I might as well just get into the rest of it now, right?
Yeah.
But
So we have our next contestant, AJ Brzezinski. Come on down.
half booze, half cheers.
So we have the catcher from the Chicago White Sox that jumps out of the crowd and he comes down to join. The Price is Right.
he left his girlfriend Summer Rae.
We have, what are we bidding on? We have the WrestleMania 26 travel package. Let me tell you, that is vague. That is a vague prize to bid on. I have no idea. It's almost like a ring with
And then,
some doink in it.
I like his bid. Like, so Brad, going to WrestleMania 40, a 2-night event. You heard AJ's bid. I don't know.
Yeah, $1,000.
Like, what? For
So-
a plane ticket and ticket? Like,
And I mean,
Why?
there's other stuff involved, right? There was like all kind of stuff involved. Guess what? Yeah, you get one ticket for that maybe now. Like, well, not me, maybe not, but still.
You get a
close
round
enough.
trip plane ticket and maybe like 2 meals for that $1,000 now.
So again, we have IRS with a $2,000 bid. So unlikable.
Is it tax? It's tax with tax.
Yeah. And then you got Jillian singing it again. So obnoxious. A $5,000 bid. And then we have Santino. What is 1,200 American style dollars? And then
and Bob Barker could not fucking comprehend what he was saying. And
Santino wins. Santino wins, right? Now headed to the ring, and he is he has a chance to win a hot tub. And who's in that hot tub? Hot damn the Bellator. My goodness, this was the best show of all time. Let me tell you.
Speaking of hot tub, shout out Rebel, Rebel's Happy Hour. Still needs the hot tub.
Oh, right.
It's a running.
Yeah, I heard that 2 years ago from Coach. So,
yeah, exactly.
So, as Santino says, do the Bella twins come with the hot tub?
Did you notice that Santino a couple times called him Roberto?
Yes, he did. Roberto. And that was, we were all thinking it. It changes the price for sure. And boy, Bob got mad about that one, didn't he? So Big Show, so he has to face the Big Show comes out. And it's a body slam competition. Bob does seem a little confused here. He didn't know who won or if he won or not. But
I can't see the referee. He's standing behind Big Show.
It was good. But of course, Big Show slams Santino in a couple seconds. Mark Henry comes out after that. Bob Barker with Josh Matthews after that. And Bob Barker talks about all his injuries that he's had on the show, where someone actually jumped up and down and knocked his jaw.
You should have seen the dentist bill on that one.
And I believe that story, don't you? That's
hell yeah! If you're not expecting it, and somebody's like adrenaline pumping, and they jump, boom! I bet you would hit the. Oh, I bet that hurts so bad.
I just thought, listen, I'm going to bring. There's a question actually that came in on Twitter that I'm going to bring up a little later, but I do think Bob Barker is genuinely having fun.
Oh yeah.
So that's it. You can go into the match now, James. I just thought we had to talk about this because this is what we're doing the show for, is him. Why would we not talk about him, right?
I will say, when I was researching, match links and stuff, it did pop up a Big Show and Santino match length 16 seconds. Like, fuck yeah, that they even went through the time to I guess it was a match.
Santino, shout out to him too. He's a funny guy.
What a guy.
Performer, great performer. He's back, by the way, on Impact. As a commissioner type, and he's funny on there too. He's good.
We should cover him in a future episode.
I'm all in. Sure. I'm all in.
Well, is it time for match 2?
It is.
All right, and what is that match? Well, it is D-Generations, Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Chris Masters and Randy Orton. It took place. No, I'm kidding. Same Raw, same everything. But this match length was 14 minutes and 2 seconds. But hey, Devyn, how did we get there? Even though we kind of talked about it already.
Yeah, we've pretty much talked about it all. DX is facing Randy Orton's partners, Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, at the upcoming pay-per-view. So they kind of get to take care of their mentor or face their mentor here in a match. It was all just randomized by the spinning wheel that DX did in the back. Each man spun. One landed on Chris Masters. Triple H landed on Randy Orton. So here we are.
Great song, too. So
right back at you, Devyn. I'm going to combine this with the question you asked me, because we have the DX entrance. Now, this is 2009. Not exactly the same time as, obviously, it's not 1998 right now, not 1997. This is a different DX. This is a different time. Did you like the DX entrance? And as a younger man on this show, which do you like better, this DX or 1997 DX?
So I think every guy is going to say that they like the original DX better, the DX entrance better. It was cool. It had like women dancing. It had dogs barking, people getting chased by the cops, all this cool stuff. But this is still really cool. Like this, it's bringing you the picture over top of the guys entering. It's flashing back and forth between the Titantron and between the guys. I always have loved DX's entrance in both decades that they were here, and I think this one is perfect for the PG era that they were in at this time.
You know, go ahead, James.
Oh, well, number one, it sounded like the guy like re-recorded it or whatever. Like it sounded like the
Oh, okay.
The singer like was
like a remake.
Well, like
DMX.
the same thing, but he just like redid it because it kind of sounded a little different. Number one, but you guys were, I'm assuming, watching wrestling at this time and stuff. Did they always they always came out with the glow sticks and stuff?
The glow sticks they brought in like 2005 or in 2006 when they returned. It just was their new thing at the time. They threw green glow sticks out to everyone.
I remember seeing like montages and stuff of that. But I was wondering if around this era, like they always came out with the glow sticks. Because
you could buy them back, like at the concession stands and stuff too.
So, Mike, I'm not sure why I have to ask you this, but I'm supposed to ask you, who is Siegfried and Roy? Is he gone?
He is literally right when you started asking that question.
So I wrote down that question.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know why.
I have no idea who Siegfried and Roy is.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, I guess you are younger. Never mind.
I don't know. Would you guys want to explain it?
Yeah, why do you the reference? Yeah, explain. Go ahead, Brad.
Why? Wait. First off, why was I asking Mike?
Oh, Mike has the best answers for everything.
Because Mike probably has no idea too. Okay, they were magicians.
Wait, I'm here, and I heard that one. They are the people with the tigers.
Yes, they were.
But I don't know what the fuck that has to do with this match.
They were magicians in Vegas, okay, and they had the tigers. They were magicians, though.
One of them got eaten by one or something.
All right, so actually, you want to hear something ridiculous? I was actually not in attendance, but in Las Vegas when it happened. I was there.
Of course you were. Of course you were. Like, why wouldn't you be?
Mike, it was the only thing on TV.
I bet it was, dude, because they've been with that tiger for years and years and years, and it turned on them. Man.
Oh, a tiger turned on them?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
He ate one of the guys.
It was their pet and part of the act.
Literally, they were just magicians, though, and they were actually a couple too. They were partners in life, but they he got bit up. He got bit by the tiger, attacked by the tiger. He died. He died years later, but they did not perform again after that. And it was a really big deal in Vegas at the time because they were a big part of Treasure Island, I believe, is where they did the performance.
Yeah, they're like Wayne Newton or something like that out there, you know.
Yeah, like they were huge. Yeah,
they were as big as all those Cirque du Soleils, everything like that. I mean,
they were synonymous with Vegas.
Yes, they are Vegas. So, if you watch Vegas Vacation, the movie with Chevy Chase, the latest vacation movie with Chevy Chase, they're actually at that show. So there you go. You should watch that anyway, Devyn.
That was like 2 shows before he got.
We have discussed Vegas Vacation, I believe. Also,
I don't think we talked about that part, but he actually becomes part. So Chevy Chase actually becomes part of the show, and he's in the cage with the tigers.
So the same tiger that ate him. A tiger ate him. A tiger ate him. Why the fuck would you do anything with a fucking tiger when a tiger?
Because they're trained animals, just like Shamu.
How many times
it didn't go well, obviously, but it went well for you.
Eating a person?
What?
How many times has Shamu eaten a person?
I think it has happened, actually, right?
Yes, a couple times.
So, it's just like anything. A dog can turn on you. Anything can turn on you. I mean, it happens. It was a shame, though.
Yeah, even a mini pig can turn on you.
Yeah, well,
by the way, I have other questions off air about that pig. Anyway, back to the show here.
Moving along.
Mike, drink one every time Michael Cole says breaking point.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Mike. We got a show to do, right?
Right. It'd be a power hour if we just started doing.
I can't believe I actually wrote it all like this. But seriously, Mike, do Triple H and Michaels sort of remind you of MJF and Adam Cole in this kind of setting?
Good God.
Oh, kind of. Not even. I mean, they're having fun. That's what they're doing. They're having fun.
Absolutely.
So like when Michael and MJF were like doing that thing at Dave and Buster's or Chinese restaurant or wherever the fuck they were, Adam Cole.
Don't matter. They're related. They're related.
They're doing that thing, you know. Yeah, that's what they get. That's all Tony Khan does is copy WWE.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah. They're having fun for sure. Mike Chiodo in the ring, Adam. How does he keep a straight face through this whole ordeal with DX?
He actually talked about that in one of the mailbags here lately, and he said it's one of the hardest things he's got to do. And when I referee at Spartan, there's one guy that cracks me up every time I got their match.
Rolando, when you see him.
I see him next Saturday. But no, it's a guy. What he'll do is he'll stand on the apron, and I'll say, "Hey, look, man, on 1-on-1, you got to get down off the apron." I'm out of the ring. I said, "Yeah, I know you got to be out of the ring. You got to get off the apron. You're asking too much, man." I said, "Do you need me to come help you?" So he'll make me get down on the ground and help him off the apron to touch the floor. And it cracks me up every time we do it. So I can imagine how hard it was for him not to crack up, especially with Shawn Michaels.
Especially because they're trying to break you.
Exactly.
They're trying to get everybody to break, especially in this time.
Funny thing is, I flipped the crowd on this guy, and I start holding my back like he hurt my back because he's so big, and I flip it on him, then he won't do it no more.
Nice.
So we have Masters entrance here, and Devyn, you added some stuff to here, but I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to ask James because James was not watching. His entrance is pretty cool, and he's impressive for sure. Now, he was in a lot of main events at this time, and James, you probably don't know that. So would you, as someone that was watching from the outside, seeing what these other performers think this is a big spot for him?
I would, yeah.
One of these things are not like the other.
Right. I was definitely going to mention that. It is a very big spot for him. And even, you know, I tried not to watch it with the knowledge that I have now for sure.
Right.
Because, you know, I know these guys, but you can definitely tell, like, Orton was a superstar. DX, obviously, are their superstars. And this guy, this is a very big spot for him, but it didn't hit as much as the legitimacy of DX and Orton to me. Like, and I would try to keep it in vein with the time period. You could definitely tell, like, he was being thrown up a level, you know, doing this.
I agree. Because
I can add on to that.
I knew you wanted to. I knew you wanted to.
Just because I wrote it down.
I know.
During this current time, when Chris Masters came back to the WWE, because he was here in like 2004 and 5 and 6, and then came back to the WWE in early here in 2009, him and Triple H were working out all the time together. They were workout buddies. I listened to a couple of Chris Masters like Instagram lives and stuff where he's answered questions from the fans and talked about that era where they were really close, him and Triple H. So I feel like that was kind of their personal relationship, kind of probably gave him the spotlight here.
Look, he looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
All right.
But
And
even though you just kind of like, you can look at it and be like, it's just not, it doesn't hit as, I don't know how to describe it.
He doesn't have the same charisma as
factors
the other
they
guys.
talk about or whatever. Like when you look at it, you're like, he's not a superstar like the other ones.
Okay.
I want to steal a quote from Bruce Pritchard. He looks great and wonderful until the bell rings.
I don't think he's that bad. I think that's a cop out.
He's not that bad, but look who he's in the ring with.
No, I don't think he had that one move, the master lock. That was it.
Well, we'll get to that. No talking about that too early, Mike.
I got something. Yeah.
I don't think he was great in the ring. He was never really great in the ring.
But even watching his entrance, you could tell that it was like.
By the way, he's still doing
These three are up here and he's below here. Like
he's in the NWA, right, Devyn?
Yes, he is. That's Chris Adonis.
Chris Adonis. He's still around. He's still doing it today.
Yeah.
So all right. So Randy Orton entrance, still pretty close to about the same as today. Probably the top heel at that time, right, Devyn?
Absolutely. He was leading the heel faction, the legacy, like I touched on earlier, and he was the WWE champion. He was definitely top heel.
How do you like this belt, Mike?
The spinner belt, I hate it.
Great.
It's okay when it's not spinning, but I hated the spinner belt.
I want to ask any of you guys this, and any of you can answer this. Commercial break comes. Do you guys know when you're watching a Raw or SmackDown or an AEW? Do you know when they're about to go to commercial break?
I do.
I do.
A lot of times you can look at the clock and be like, okay.
Yeah,
because you know they're going to push one more in, or maybe even two more commercial breaks in, depending on what time it is. So you kind of know they're either.
I meant the exact time in the match that you feel it's
right at the beginning.
I just know when
as soon as the heel takes over.
Because Mark Henry came out, bam, commercial break, and it comes back, and they're still doing his music, or they do like a flashback or something. I think.
I just always know when it's coming. I know when to hit fast forward. I know when it's coming.
The biggest thing that bothers me is today when they'll send someone out to the ring and you see their entrance, then they go to commercial, and then they come to like a promo in the back or something. Like,
And
is
they're
that person
still
just standing in
dancing around the ring like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
Like,
That's what they were
seriously.
doing. Like, what?
Seriously.
There.
All right, so let's get this match started, guys. Sorry about that. I just find that interesting. Michael's
good.
off the top to Orton, foot to the face of Orton, swinging neckbreaker from Michaels to Orton. Adam, was Michaels better here or in 1997?
Oh, 97, 100%. But
Really?
he wasn't bad here, though. He wasn't bad here. He was still
Well,
good.
It's funny you say that because in 2011 he faces The Undertaker in what maybe is considered one of the greatest matches of all time. But you're saying he's not better now.
Because he was on his own then. Right here, when you're in a tag team, you can phone it in.
Okay.
Okay.
Back body drop to Triple H from Orton. Triple H counters the RKO, suplex by Triple H, knee to Orton. Mike, there's a lot of Triple H criticism out there. Shout out James Elkerai.
Yeah.
But bell to bell, I got something coming for you in a little bit. Bell to bell, he's one of the best. Yes or no?
Yes.
Excellent answer, Mike. That's what I was looking
Yes.
for, pal.
I mean,
James, I got something for you later. You
look at
talk
all the
now.
shit that,
Go ahead.
from the shit that he's been through, the shit that he's done. Yeah, he's one of the greatest in-ring performers there is. He's one of the mind, body, and soul. I'll put it that way. Like, it's not just all his in-ring work, but the things. Look what he's doing now. WWE is hotter now than it's been in a long, long time.
Yep.
Because of Triple H.
You're right.
That's a loaded statement.
Don't worry, it's coming, James. It's coming soon.
I'm just saying, he might not be the last one to say yes or no, but he has a big say-so in how things are going.
Yeah.
Orton foot to Michaels. Devyn, we asked everybody but you. Masters is back in the ring now. Were you a fan?
Chris Masters?
Yeah.
100%.
I knew it.
I love Chris Masters. He's back in the day, he used to be in a tag team with Carlito, and I remember being a huge fan of those two growing up. And then I followed his entire career since he left WWE. He was in Impact
Why would that
Wrestling,
not
which was
surprise me?
TNA for a while, and now he's in the NWA. He was supposed to come up here like 2 years ago and have a show, but the promoter canceled.
Why does that not surprise me?
I'm all in on
Carlito
this.
and Chris Masters is Devon's biggest, like, top high wrestler.
We're never gonna get anybody on this show, Mike, because you hate them all.
Yeah.
Right.
Chris
Yeah.
Masters, Carlito, Rob Van Dam, Matt
Goldberg.
Riddle.
Oh wait, we're talking about something.
Really? You're gonna bring him up?
Chops to we brought him up a lot last week. I'll tell you that when I listened back today. Chops
Moving
to
on.
Masters from Michaels. Woo! Knee to the spine of Michaels. Vintage Michaels were doing all this great selling. It was really good stuff. James, here we go. Now, is this your dream match? Triple H versus Kevin Owens with Sami Zayn as the special guest referee.
Yeah, it'd be a good piss break match for sure. If I was there in attendance, I would definitely I'd watch the entrances just to hear the crowds pop, because no matter if I like or hate whoever, I'm a crowd person. Like nothing's better than watching live wrestling, in my opinion. So I would definitely be there for the crowd pop. And then when they actually started wrestling, I would get up and excuse myself and go piss, maybe walk around the merch, get some nachos, and then when I hear 1, 2, 3, and then like the crowd cheer, I would come back again.
My goodness. I'll tell you
There
what.
is one thing better than watching live wrestling, is being in it.
I wouldn't
As
know.
an in-ring performer, you would know.
Body
Now,
slam.
what if we swapped it out? What if KO was the referee and it was Sami Zayn?
Same
Or,
thing.
Sami Zayn ref KO in the match.
Here's the thing, Adam. Here's the thing I want you to know. Whether it's dog shit, cow shit, or horse shit, it's still shit.
You can't put lipstick on a pig, right?
Heard that. Y'all do every fucking week when we talk about Triple H, KO, and Sammy.
Well, we gotta put on a pig, because I'll put it on a pig.
Don't name it, Mike. Just don't name it. Body slam to Michaels. Michaels in the ring a while. Is this because of his selling, Adam, that they keep Michaels in the ring so much?
Oh, God, yes. He's the best seller in the damn company.
Is he? Is he really?
Hey, watch him and Hogan at that SummerSlam. He's a damn good seller.
Masters back in the ring. Michaels hard into the corner. Michaels on the outside. Kyoto is very distracted. Orton gets to Michaels. double team again on Michaels with Kyota's distraction. Mike, is this good interference, or should Kyoto should have caught it? And yes, I'm asking Mike and not Adam.
I am so fucking lost and confused right now.
All right, so Kyoto's distracted a lot, and they're doing a lot of double teams. Do you think the distractions were forced, or do you think that he did a good job of really being distracted?
You talking about Mike Yoda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Yoda did a good job with it. I mean, there's a lot going on, so he's trying to get the match in order. That's his job. Get the match in order, get it set in place, and everything else. And these 4 people just beating the shit out of each other. So.
Is he right, Adam?
I think he knew the audience. He knew who was in the ring, so he just went with it.
Gotcha. What's wrong with that, James?
He could have tightened it up a little bit.
I got a little something I want to add about this, and so I don't have a problem with like a referee being distracted about like shit like that. Like if a referee's looking away and shit's going on behind them, and obviously you hear like punches and kicks and shit. I get it, like that's cool and everything. But if a referee turns around and you see a broken fucking guitar in the ring and you just no sell it, to me that like, Adam, you're a ref, obviously. And so if something's happening behind you while you're like, leaning over the rope, yelling at somebody, we all get it, obviously. What it is what it is. But if you turn back around and Dennis Rodman's there with half a guitar and there's guitar shit all over the ring and you just like don't even acknowledge it. So like the referee distraction thing is pretty much what I'm getting at. If you turn around and it looks like nothing, quote, quote, didn't happen, that's cool. But if you turn around, there's broken shit everywhere and you just like don't even acknowledge it, I have a problem with that. Like, why would you be like, oh, there's just random broken guitar pieces in the ring. Match continue. Nothing ever happened. Like, to me, that's stupid.
That does bury the referee.
Yeah.
Now, to your point, if the referee's distracted and the guy on the floor or whatever throws the belt in, the referee's distracted, he hits the guy and throws the belt out completely.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
but
like if they would have brushed
the guitar handle sitting
out
there.
of the ring,
Yeah. It's like a gun and blood being at a crime scene, and the cops are like, "Whoa, we were turned the other way."
Yeah, for real. Like, yeah.
What was that loud banging noise?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Like if you leave the brass knuckles on your fists instead of slipping them back in the trunks.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Standing drop.
I just wanted to point that out.
No, it's good. Standing drop kick from Orton to Michaels. Extremely athletic move. The standing drop kick. I can't put it over enough. It is so athletic.
Orton's one of the best at that.
Back and forth, Orton to Michaels, and Michaels flying clothesline to Orton, but goes down in typical Michaels fashion. I wrote it just like that. Both men get a tag. Michaels popped up, leaps up, got the tag. James, the crowd here with that tag and him leaping up. What did you think?
I'm glad you asked me this because number one, Jerry Lawler goes after that hot tag, pumped up like a pimple on prom night. I thought that was a hilarious line. But hey, the crowd is alive and in color for that hot tag, man, and I dig it. I really do. Yeah. I kind of think the hot tag is one of the like most amazing things in wrestling. I really do.
It's never gonna go away. So you're good.
If it's done right, and once you make that hot tag, that crowd erupts. Well, I dig it. I dig it. It cheesy as it is, I fucking dig it.
By the way, I'm here to remind Bryant that HBK is better than Bret Hart.
Moving on.
Hey, Brian.
We don't need any tangents. Moving on.
I'm just kidding, Brian. You can thank Devyn for that one.
Brad.
That's right. He's way better than Stone Cold too.
What is it?
Is this your favorite Orton right here? Your favorite version of Randy Orton?
No.
What?
I like the way he's doing the snaky shit because they call him the Viper. And he's like, whipping his body around. Like,
give it a couple years after this, and that's the best version.
My favorite version of Orton, and I hate who he did it to, was when he cashed in the Money in the Bank on Daniel Bryan.
I love the
they were a team before that, and I like that Orton. But
this cerebral kind of slow moving. I want to take your head off with another chair.
I feel like he's always been that way, though.
But he's just like into it right here. It just seems like he's just. I mean, he even RKO'd his tag team partner's dad the week before.
I know. I love it. We talked about that a little bit.
He took out Batista with his arm. I mean, this is just a nastier RKO.
Oh, you're right. No, he's good.
What did they call him? The Python?
The Viper.
The
The
Viper.
Viper.
Thank you. I'm
It's
sorry.
still
The
called that.
Python. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we're not talking about what's underneath your pants.
They
Huh?
called him the
Hey,
water moccasin. They called him
Garden
the water
snake. The
moccasin.
garden
There you go.
snake.
The Python's a machine I work on every single day at work.
The minnow?
That's why I got mixed up.
Cottonmouth. They called him
The
Cottonmouth.
minnow.
Triple H with the all new momentum now. Knee breaker to Masters, knee to the face of Masters, spine buster Triple H. Michaels with the elbow off the top.
Hey, sweet ass spine buster number one. Sweet spine. I'll give Triple H that. He does a great spine buster. And I like Michaels jumps up, does a suck it, and then the elbow. Michaels does a great elbow off the top too.
He does. And then he's tuning up the
This
band.
one, this one wasn't even his best. It was kind of shitty compared to the ones he does, but it was still good.
And now he's
The
tuning up the band.
second greatest elbow of all time behind the Macho Man.
Yep.
And we have an Orton. How about I'm not even gonna bring up never mind.
Go
What?
I won't even bring him up because we'll talk about him for 45 minutes. Eddie. Orton distraction, Triple H on the outside. Master lock on Michaels. Devin, tell me about this submission move.
Oh, the Master Lock. For Chris Masters' first 3 years in the WWE, no one ever broke it. It was up until Bobby Lashley's world title run in ECW that someone finally broke the Master Lock. This submission move was over.
Speaking of that,
Until this is what pissed me off right here.
all right.
What?
Well, speaking
Okay.
of the Master Lock, does Bobby Lashley do it better, Mike?
I think he kind of does because I don't know if he does it better, but he looks better doing it.
Yeah,
Because
he does.
He's
aggressive.
built different. I mean, I'm not saying, Chris Masters was built, but Bobby Lashley looks more built. So it's a different look.
All right, Adam. All right, your anticipation, pal. Let's just do this.
I went back and I timed this. He was in the Master Lock for 34 seconds.
Sounds like my Saturday night.
Hey-oh.
Yeah, if you do it twice.
Yeah.
34,
Waka, waka.
34 seconds. This is supposed to be his finisher, putting everybody over. He's supposed to be knocking everybody out with it. He was in this move for 34 seconds. Triple H comes behind him, hits him. As soon as Triple H hits him, bam, sweet chin music. He recovered so fast from that Master Lock, he made it look like total shit. I mean, the split second he let go, bam, sweet chin music. I mean, he buried Chris Masters. He buried the submission hold. He just made it look like it wasn't shit.
All right, so speaking of that, broken up by Triple H, like Adam just said, sweet chin music to Masters, all four men in the ring. Figure four to Masters from Michaels, sharpshooter to Orton from Triple H. Masters submits, DX wins.
Question.
Yeah.
So, did Shawn Michaels do a sharpshooter figure four? Because if you notice, the leg didn't go over the knee. He started to do a sharpshooter and then just fell down.
He did like an inverted figure four.
Yeah.
All right, I
I wrote
notice.
that in my notes. Sharpshooter figure four. Because I don't know if they were both going to do a figure four or if it was Shawn Michaels started to do a figure four. It was like, oh, fuck, I was supposed to. Or he started to do a sharpshooter and was like, oh, fuck, I was doing a figure four. And then just.
I'm going to tell you, after this, guys, this gets to be a lot of overload for me, and I can't really keep up. But there's so much going on. You got Cody, DiBiase. Like I said, a lot going on. Too much. I thought it was a lot at once.
A lot of gaga.
Yeah, Orton by himself now in the ring, and there's fighting in the back, plastic garbage cans, and they're talking about Legacy versus DX. DX has the upper hand. Are these real cops? Are these wrestlers? Who knows? Cody misses with a chair, takes off. Cody and DiBiase steal a car. I don't know why.
And then the guy is like, what? And like hands on his knees.
Literally stole the car.
Hey,
Love it.
that's my car.
Dude,
Orton-
where's your car?
Now, Orton cuts a promo, still talks the same way he does now, as far as I'm concerned. Cena's music hits. He looks ready to kill someone. There's brawling in the ring. Kyoto is still there for some reason, Adam. Is that a great referee or what? Hanging around for after the match for something that's not supposed to happen.
I mean, he was on the floor, like right there. It was just weird how he just knew something might happen. It's almost like somebody told him.
There is literally, that show should never go off the air. Mike Kyoto is in so many matches. There were such big time matches. Just some Raws, pay-per-views, everything. He is there for so much. He could talk forever.
That dude got done. He got done dirty, man. He really did.
He did. But you know what? He did it for 30 years. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
He got to do what he loved to do for 30 years.
Well, there's a story he just talked
everything
about.
I do for 22. You know,
There's a story he just talked about how one of the other referees refused to do a spot and didn't lose his job, didn't get repercussion or nothing. But Mike Hilda did everything that was ever asked of him. He's the one that lost his job.
I know. But he doesn't say a bad word about him. So good for him for that. DDT to Cena, vintage Orton. Orton with a chair in the ring, passed out Cena, RKO in the chair. Not the best, but still okay. And that is the match, guys.
I just thought of something.
Okay.
Do you think the fact that they throw around vintage when it's so young in their careers could be the fact that we see them 52 times a year?
Yes.
So
yes, it's just so much repetition of their
So by the time, because you've seen it 200 times, so it could be like, oh, that's vintage. When in reality, it's kind of not.
Orton was on every week here. Cena was on every week here.
Yeah.
So yes, I do have some questions, guys. If you're ready.
Please do.
So we have Allison Faye, friend of the show. Allison Faye wants to know, what was better, Bob Barker on Happy Gilmore or How I Met Your Mother?
Happy Gilmore, no contest.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I think you've had enough. No, now you've had enough.
Devyn?
Right?
I agree. Happy Gilmore. I do love his spot on How I Met Your Mother, though, with Barney thinking that he's his dad.
Yeah.
So
Mike,
I love both, but I'm gonna go with Happy Gilmore too.
Michael?
Happy Gilmore.
Okay. So I just want to let you guys know, I was a pretty I watched How I Met Your Mother. I love that. It's a really good show. If there's ever a show you're going to rewatch, they're very original with everything they do. And I actually had Deb and I rewatched it because of this question. Believe it or not, it's 20 minutes, right?
You and Devyn rewatched this episode. Did you watch it together?
I watched it 2 nights ago. It's 20 minutes. What? It's on Hulu.
No, I understand. I mean, were you guys like on Zoom watching it or something? I mean,
me and Deb.
Yeah, him and his
wife.
Oh, I just said you and Dev. Like I thought you were like Dev.
Devyn? I don't call him Dev. We don't have that kind of relationship.
My mom calls me that.
Devyn. Like you and Devyn watched it.
Oh, Mike, here he is.
So you have Barney on the show. For you guys that didn't see it, you have Barney on the show. It goes on The Price is Right to meet his dad because his mother told him that is his dad when he was a kid. Yeah, that's him. Like showing a TV. That was it. And he, so he goes on the show. He does everything perfectly. He gets the exact price on the on the showcase. Everything. It was great. At the end, he didn't tell him.
Congratulations on 35 years of television.
Yes. I'm still going to go with Happy Gilmore. I'm going to tell you why. He was Bob Barker on How I Met Your Mother. He was completely Bob Barker. The guy you see in the WWE show, like the way he acted, he was himself. On Happy Gilmore, he's not Bob Barker. He's guy punching the guy out. So I got to go with that. But I do love.
Man, he looks like
wait a minute. Wait. He karate chopped Chavo Guerrero.
Okay.
He punched and karate chopped Chavo Guerrero during that episode.
I missed that. For some reason, I missed that part.
And Chavo was out for like a month.
Put him and I at the grocery store and see if this motherfucker don't beat your ass.
Chuck Norris learned karate, or Chuck Norris taught Bob Barker karate, right?
I don't know. Okay,
That was a segment, Brad. You missed that part?
I missed that part. I must have missed that part. Or I would have talked about it.
Chavo was bitching about missing out on the car, I think.
I even said something about it in the group chat.
He was bitching about the Corvette.
Oh.
And then Bob Barker punches him and then karate chop.
Fuck you, Adam. You don't freaking read half the group chat.
What
Did I miss something?
I'll tell you one thing. Here's a peek behind the curtain. I woke up the other day after a nap. I think it was, whenever. Yesterday I woke up from a nap and I saw 39 messages on our group chat again. I was like, oh no, these motherfuckers did it again. They did it again. What am I doing now? So, but I have a question for Allison Faye and Brad Stanton, James from Melbourne, Florida. Bonus episode, short circuit. What's up on that? Johnny Five Alive.
We're gonna do something.
Input.
We talked about doing something this month. Yep. So it's coming.
Nova.
Los Ojos beat your ass. Los Ojos beat your face.
Get your balls into outer space.
Yeah.
So Michael McClanahan, welcome back, Michael. wants to
Oh,
know
Money
Mike.
Mike, shout out.
our thoughts.
Listen with your headphones. Listen with your headphones on, Money Mike.
Wants to know our thoughts on the guest host concept.
I loved it. 'Cause
Worked
it was
here.
different.
If you
It
have
was
someone
different.
in the know and that respects it, I think it's a good idea. If you just do it just to like get the Hollywood, thing, like that dude from Entourage that fucked up like everything he was on.
Yeah.
And it's a little much, but if you have someone that like gets it or respects it, I think it's a good idea.
I guess it's hit or
But-
miss depending on the
but
guest
randomly.
host, right? This
Randomly.
guest host, like this was so well done to me.
Oh yeah. This was a very good episode of Raw. Like
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. And
after you
time
said to go back and watch the segments, I did, and it was a really good episode.
and a PG era. I mean, it was enjoyable. It was just fun.
And it was only a 2-hour Raw. When did they go back to 3 hours?
Right? I thought it was 3 hours now.
Me too, because I was like, "Fuck me, Brad's gonna make us watch a 3-hour Raw." But it was
Adam, what are
only
you going to do with that finger if I don't call on you?
All right, so I went back to watch the submission move from Shawn Michaels, and he put the foot on the wrong side. He started like
That's what I'm saying. He started
like a sharpshooter,
Oh,
and then he put his foot on the wrong side. He put his foot underneath the leg instead of over the leg, and did like some kind of backwards figure four that
that's
shouldn't
what
hurt
I
whatsoever.
said.
Michael, Devyn, you guys
that
both
shouldn't have
agree?
hurt.
You agree with the you like the guest host? No, yes.
I love it
I
personally.
I thought he did great on it.
Devyn?
I love not just Bob Barker. There were so many great guest hosts between Ozzy Osbourne and Freddie Prinze Jr.
The
We
next
saw,
week
like-
was nice too.
Who is the
Who
next
was next
one?
week?
Trish Stratus
Oh,
Yes. Oh, she was.
I did like this guest
with,
host.
with brunette hair, not blonde. She's a brunette.
Yeah,
We know-
Roll Tide.
I did
Roll,
like this guest host.
roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Can I
And
fucking
we're only
talk?
saying that because we respect your wrestling ability.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, we're not talking about your hips. We're talking about your hair, not your hips.
All right. So, this is the best city for chicken, wants to know.
What?
What the fuck?
Shout out Efren.
How do you think you get into the game show business?
That's a very good question.
Not too many jobs out there. I'm going to tell you that.
Well,
So here-
I mean, he did game show before then.
But
But
how do you get into it to start?
Just rehearse for it, I guess.
So
I
here's
mean,
here's the answer, honestly, and it's just luck because you're a DJ or something like
Yeah.
that in the broadcasting world, and
Yeah.
then it just kind of happens one way or another. Like who's the guy now that's on I can't think of his name. They rocking Dick Clark's rocking. What's his name?
Seacrest?
Oh,
Yeah,
Ryan
Seacrest.
Seacrest?
He's
Yeah.
he's the new host of the Wheel of Fortune. Well, he
I
started
guess
as a DJ.
hosting. So you host something?
Yeah.
I guess DJ or whatever. Like you host something and then they just kind of shove you.
I mean, I think it was different in the 70s and 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
But
It's
now
probably connections. Honestly, let's be real.
Connections,
Hollywood's a lot of nepotism and who you know type shit. So probably connections.
yeah.
'Cause I don't think Gene Rainburn was a radio DJ.
Well, Chuck Woolery, I mean, all these guys, Bob Eubanks, we got great names here.
Richard
Devin doesn't know what the
Dawson?
fuck I'm talking about.
Well, hell,
I
Kim
know
Jennings
Kim
was
Jennings.
a contestant, and now he's kind of like hosting Jeopardy. So
Hey.
Jennings, yeah, he won.
Kim
another
Jennings.
fun fact: Drew Carey put up some of his own money for the winning contest, so they can get more people winning when he first became host.
How crazy
I
is it?
didn't
They've
know
been
that.
on the air for 50 years.
you should watch that Perfect Bid documentary on Netflix because when that dude named him a perfect bid, he was fucking pissed.
You know that game show, No Whammies, No Whammies, No Whammies?
Stop on a whammy.
There was a guy that broke the system, and he ran his prizes up because he
Yeah.
actually figured out, which way they go.
Well, back in the 50s, there was a big like collusion
Quiz show.
thing. Yeah.
Quiz show. They knew the answers. It was all
They
set
were-
up.
Yeah, they were feeding them the answers or something
Yeah.
like that.
There's a movie. It's excellent. It was an Academy Award nominee. It's good.
Nice.
I like that movie. I couldn't believe it either. Just fake. It's all fake. Just like anything else, right?
Scripted.
Predetermined. All right, that's it for the questions. Back to you, James.
Well, hey, shout out to the fans. Appreciate the questions. We always do. You can send your questions to @KickoutCrew on Twitter, Facebook. We usually post, we is a friendly term, but we usually post what we're covering. One person specifically posts that, and we take feedback from our fans and hey, you'll get your question on your show. So shout out. And so pretty much Brad posts those statuses and you'll that's what I was kind of getting at. But yeah, we'll take your feedback and everything, and hey, get your question on the show, and thank you for all of the listener support, and we really appreciate it. And now, what better thing to do than to laugh? Because Lord knows what we need in this world is jokes, and to have a lot of fun. And I guess it's Adam's turn for the hottest rising segment in podcast today. You know it, I know it. So Adam, come on down, and it's time for Waka 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 with your man Adam from Bama. So Adam, take it away.
First off, I'd like to recognize my 8th anniversary New South t-shirt.
Yeah, looks good.
That you can watch the actual show on IWTV.
There it is.
But
All right.
yeah, they're making their presence known on IWTV. And last Saturday we were trending on Twitter. Best in the South.
Really? Hell yeah.
I got a screenshot of that. But why do they say amen instead of saying a woman at the end of each song at church?
Why?
Because they're called hymns, not hers.
Waka waka waka.
Yeah, that's just breaking the ice.
Ugh.
I didn't put a lot of thought into these. I ain't gonna lie, I was lazy with these this week. All right, so there are 3 rings in marriage: the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffer ring.
The ring of fire.
That's the 4th ring. Usually you go to a doctor for something like that.
Heyo.
All right, so I just applied for a job, during a dinner the other day. I told them all about the things I could bring to the table. And my last one, I can't bring my dog to the pond anymore. The ducks always attack him. I guess that's what I get for getting a purebred dog.
Nice.
Purebred.
Purebred.
You get it?
Them damn ducks.
Funny.
Ducks in the bread.
Waka waka waka.
That was the thinker.
Right?
And the other 3 were stinkers. Um,
Bam,
shut.
bam, ba-da, meow.
that didn't sound good.
I guess that's all.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well,
I broke something.
hey, it's time for we're moving along. I was gonna make a Price is Right pun, but we're nearing our showcase showdown and spinning the wheel. So, Brad, are we gonna hit $1? I don't know, but come on down again.
Would you rather? Would you rather have a 10-day European vacation or a dune buggy?
Pass.
Ooh.
Pass.
I'm gonna
Let's
do a
assume
doom.
they're worth the same money.
I'm gonna do a doom buggy.
And why? What are you going to do with it?
I live in the woods.
Where he lives, probably would choose a dune buggy.
Yeah, I live in the woods. I have a lot of fun with that. And
Devyn?
plus, like a lot of those things, as long as they have headlights and brake lights and turn signals, they're street legal.
And seat belts.
I'm taking the European vacation.
Is that going to be the new honeymoon?
I'm gonna do it in 2024, so I have vacation time. But yeah, that's what I would choose.
Adam?
So what part of Europe are we talking about?
European vacation, like as in the movie Euro Trip. You're going to go all those places.
Oh, that's okay. That changes things.
You actually get to hang out with the soccer team and sing "My Baby." Some
Now,
more drink.
Can I swap the
Works.
soccer team for a volleyball team?
Yeah. Beach.
All right, 10-day cruise. Big fan of volleyball.
So you're taking the European vacation?
Oh yeah, there's volleyball involved.
You're such an asshole. All right, James.
So you're saying these are equal in money value?
I don't know. What's a
I
dune
was
buggy?
about to say,
cost?
what type of fucking Cadillac dune buggy are we talking about here? You know,
I don't
it's
know
the
what it
same
is.
price as a
I'm a dune
European
buggy.
vacation. What was it, $40,000 dune buggy?
Maybe you're staying at the Red Roof Inn. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
Shout
thinking-
out Red Roof Inn.
Okay, so we're staying in hostels, I guess, in this European vacation, like $50 a night.
So you think that the European vacation is worth more than the dune buggy?
Yeah.
I don't know what a dune buggy's worth. I just saw them giving away one once, and I'm like, what is
European
this?
vacation's like buying a car, Mr. Salesman.
It's an
I mean,
oversized
it's not
go kart.
Yeah.
an
So
international
you can drive around
round
the
trip.
streets.
A round trip plane ticket is probably $5,000 on its own. You
Man,
know?
I didn't research this enough. Let me tell you. I'm going to look up dune buggy, but you go ahead.
This is the Cadillac of fucking dune buggies.
Dune buggy you
if
can
we're
get
doing
for
this.
a couple thousand, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a dune buggy.
Yeah, and $3,000 probably for a round trip ticket. You know, to
Well, you can get hurt on that. You can't get hurt on a 10-day cruise in Europe.
A dune buggy, you cannot get it's a car.
Adam. There's
$15,000
missing
person
parts
without
of
the
parts, you know.
$15,000. 2023 BMS Sniper T15 4S dune buggy. $15,395.
15,000?
Yeah, there's other ones though.
I was about to say, I could buy fucking two used cars for that.
He found a Mercedes dune buggy.
For the
I can buy one for,
experience,
like,
I'm taking
$3,000 right now.
Europe.
Yeah, I'm going to Europe too. Okay. Would you rather be on The Price is Right in the 70s or today?
Ooh.
70s. Because that's when Bob Barker's there.
Today, I have no
I knew
idea
it.
what stuff costs in the 70s.
Freaking knew it. I freaking knew Devin would be today. Mike?
That's a hard one. Pass.
What the fuck,
Skip.
Amy?
Ass.
Just answer the question.
Skip. I'm thinking.
That's why it's
Skip.
called Would You
Not
Rather.
pass. Not pass. Skip.
No.
Let me think
All right.
about it for a minute.
I got
James,
one for you, Brad.
Go to James and then come back to me.
James?
Check this out. I got a good one. So- When you win stuff, it's all fun and games, but you have to pay taxes on your prices.
Correct.
So
Mhm.
I would rather pay the 70s prices, taxes on those. You know, like you get a car for fucking like $2,000 in the 70s. I'd rather pay taxes on that than $40,000 and pay taxes on that.
You're right.
I
You know,
agree.
I
I'm gonna go
remember
with
the woman.
James.
I remember the woman spun the wheel and hit the 1,000 and the 10 or hit the money on the wheel. And they said, "What are you gonna do with the money?" She said, "I'm gonna pay the taxes on this other stuff." He's like, "Look at this smart lady."
Exactly. It's all fun and games. Like, oh, I won this. I won this trip. I won this. I won this. I won this. And then the IRS hits you for like an $8,000 tax bill.
Yeah, and they freaking put a lien on your house.
Yeah.
What do you got,
James.
Adam?
So, Brad, would you rather?
No, we're not really done with this round yet. Hold
Well,
on.
Just a quick one, just for
In the
you.
70s.
Just you. Price is Right or Supermarket Sweep?
Price is Right. I'm going with Bob Barker. I'm hanging out.
You don't like Supermarket Sweep?
It's all right. It's
Yeah,
fun.
for
I
sure.
do like a good supermarket sweep.
If you have all your kids in your house still, Price is Right or Supermarket Sweep.
Still
Those
Price is
grocery
Right.
bills, man.
I know. Half of them aren't around half the time. Going with the Price is Right, and in the 70s with the ladies. Sorry.
Parker's Beauties.
I am what I am, buddy. I am what I am.
Well, hey, me too, but I mean, you know,
I know. I hear you. I'm such a bad guy. Go ahead, Mike.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with the 70s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with
Oh, wow.
James about the taxes thing, but I mean, and plus, damn, get a damn 70s like car. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's
I'd
true,
do that
man.
right
If they
now.
gave you like a Chevelle or something, that'd be dope.
Mhm. I'm telling you.
$6,000 brand new.
All right, one more.
Hang
Would you
on,
rather
so
play?
how come Mike took all that time and we thought it was going to be a big elaborate answer and all he says is 70s?
Right, because
That's
it's me.
Mike.
The build up was
Hey,
shit, Mike.
listen to our archives, fans, because that's Mike.
Would you rather play Plinko or Cliffhanger?
Plinko, 100%.
I'm going. I'm going Cliffhanger.
Hey, did you know there was also a guy that won over $50,000 on Plinko because they used it for an ad and had a fish string on there, and they forgot to take the fish string
You
off.
know way too much about what's going on with this.
You can't pick which game show you like, but you can
This
tell us
is
that
the
random
most
shit.
research Mike has ever done for a show. Was on this one fucking deal about prices.
Devin, what are you doing?
Well, They stopped it at $30,000, and when it went down again, the guy stopped it and said, "Hey, we can't do this," and had to redo the whole shoot. Still gave him $30,000, but
I'm going plinko. That's a classic.
I think Cliffhanger's a classic though too. I like the song.
Now that I know the backstory.
did you know all of the games are still hand crunked?
What the fuck, Mike? Tell us what you don't know.
All right, next week's Deal or No Deal. Mike, so research.
Show us that briefcase.
James, what'd you pick? Plinko or Cliffhanger?
Oh, Plinko all day.
All right, that's it, guys.
I prefer Lucky 7, where you got to have $1 left at the end of it to win the car.
I did my research this week.
Hole in one or two. Or
They didn't do that back
I
then.
love when they put out the 2 and everybody cheered like they didn't know it was coming.
For real.
They didn't start
Or
that
when you-
till
when
in
you
the later
punch
80s or
the
something.
paper things, or when you have to guess higher.
Punch
or
out,
lower,
yeah.
Or where it's like they give you the first number and then you guess higher, low, higher, low. Oh, they're dice. That's what you roll the dice.
Those are-
Yeah, that's the dice.
Those
the
were
punch,
hard.
The punch out is where you got to look at it and be like, well, you can go this way and go to the next one you punched.
Yeah.
And you have to keep it or get rid of it and go to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't easy.
But they didn't always have the hole in one or two back then. That was something
Yeah.
they started later on.
Oh,
What
I
a
remember.
fucking game show, huh? What a great game show.
It has its
I
own
don't know.
channel on Zumo.
I don't know if any of you guys watched it, but last week on CBS at is 8 or 9 o'clock at night. 2 nights that week, they showed a Bob Barker tribute show. It was like a tribute of an hour and a half long of a bunch of classic moments from Price is Right. You can now watch that on Hulu. If any of you guys want to go back and watch the Price is Right's tribute to Bob
You know
Barker.
what we should do? We
That'd have been great.
we-
Devyn's demographic.
I think it'd be great for like an ad-free shows or maybe a kick-out crew watch along.
There we go.
They have a 24-hour-a-day channel.
Yes, we all
devoted
got
to
it.
Price is
You
Right.
go to any kind of free network TV, and it's on there.
I don't want to see
It's
the
on
greatest
Pluto.
hits. I want to see all of it.
It's on Roku. It's on Fire Stick. It's on fucking
Zumo.
everything.
Back to you, James.
Hell
Please.
yeah, let's keep this.
You know they
rolling.
also got a 24-hour Walking Dead episode too.
That's a waste of channels.
They also have a 24-hour streaming of the Big Brother house where you can just watch whatever's going on with the house guests at the time.
Yay!
About to have a,
Is this a
Backstage.
24-hour kick-out crew episode?
about to get backstage confrontational with y'all.
23, maybe, not 24. It's pushing 23, though.
Well, I'm glad that we definitely threw all that shit in there, but that is in the past because moving forward, I think it's time for our showcase showdown of what next week is. So, Adam, what is next week?
Apparently, it's me because it says next week, Adam. So I guess
Jesus
I'm next
fuck.
week.
We're gonna do 2 matches.
Oh,
up
I gotta
Adam.
announce who's next week. I'm sorry.
Please, God.
It just says next week, Adams. I thought you were talking about me next week.
Well,
You'll be
My
you gotta be on
bad.
time. Can you be on time?
No
we-
guarantees.
Can we continue on?
Since it's next week, I'll probably be a couple minutes early
Hell yeah.
because we're having friend of the show, Braden Toon, on next week.
Boom.
Braden has been showing out for New South and a bunch of guys all over the country, and he was recently in Mexico for GCW. So this dude's showing out, man. It's not going to be too much longer till he's on TV somewhere weekly. So
That's unbreakable.
it's
Until
unkillable.
Kill him. Jeez, fuck. Sorry, Braden. My bad. I apologize.
Oh, you wait till I see him next week. I'm telling him. Ooh, I'm telling him.
yeah, just don't tell Rolando.
I'll see him next week.
I'm
too.
not gonna lie. I think I'm in too deep on this Rolando stuff, and I have a feeling this is not gonna be in my favor.
Oh,
at
he's
all.
going. He's coming on the show here soon.
Yeah. He
Not.
Future guest.
I just have to tie down a confirmation date.
I hope he knows. I don't know, because I'm kind of the closer it gets, the
Kayfabe,
more and more
kayfabe.
nervous I'm getting about. Like, I may have what's that saying? Your bulldog mouth is overloading your hummingbird ass.
I think it's something like don't let your mouth write a check your ass can't cash.
Yeah, pretty much.
And whenever
Mouth
he
is
confirms a
overloading my
date,
hummingbird ass on this one, because I have a
When he
feeling this
conf-
is not.
When he confirms the date, I'm not telling you what date it is. I'm going to let
This
it be a
is
surprise.
I have a feeling this is not going to be in my favor. But here's another thing though. If he comes on here and just makes fat jokes, I'm roasting him. Roasting him.
Doesn't sound like his style, man.
Behind the scenes, Rolando's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, he has to be, or else he'll get beat up.
He comes in.
Rondo recently had his entire Freeman family turn on him at NWA 75.
Yeah, what a nice
We
guy.
still got one of his brothers with him. But like no kidding, legit. As soon as he walks into the locker room, before he even puts his merch down, he shakes everybody's hand. Nice to see you. I mean, just no, it can't be nothing but
Adam,
nice.
I wanted to shake his hand too, but I had James with me, so I had to no sell that I even saw him there.
You scared of James or something?
Oh, James was with me. We were seeing Braden Toon, and there's Rolando right next to him. We were like,
literally
hey,
right next to him.
Braden, how are you?
Right here.
Braden.
You could have said hi if you wanted to.
I was afraid because of James.
Are you scared of James?
No, he was afraid.
He's scared of Rolando.
He didn't want to be guilty by associations.
Yeah, I'm with the bad guy.
He didn't want to be hated for being next to me.
He's a heel.
But we're losing
All right, so yes, we're going to Braden Toon on. Really excited to have him back.
Braden was an awesome guest last time he was on, and I'm really pumped up that he wants to be a return guest, and I'm glad that we are having him as a return guest.
Yes, for sure. Nice guy. Calls me sir.
Oh, he's going places. You just wait, man. The stuff he's doing right now. I mean, I ain't seen him have a bad match yet. He was my first match to referee. Just nothing but a great guy. He's got a great support system with him. He's killing the country, and it won't be too much longer before he's on weekly TV.
The match we covered with him in the archives, amazing. And he was 19 at that time, I think, when he did that match. Incredible.
He's only like 24, 25 right now.
Well, then maybe I'm wrong.
I think he's younger than that, isn't he?
I think he's been wrestling about 5 or 6 years now.
All right.
Might be a little bit more. I'm sorry if it's more than that.
We'll find out next week because I'm going to ask him.
Damn
No,
right.
I'm thinking of him and his fiance. They've been together 5 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the same thing as wrestling.
I was about to say, I think he's like 22 or something like that.
Hey, she's with him
21,
every week, man.
I don't think
I
don't think when he was on, he was old enough to drink. Honest to God, I think that's true. But
yeah, because I think the match we covered, he was 19 and he was just 20. I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know. You know
we'll
what?
figure it out next week. Professional podcast.
We're just rambling now.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to you,
I think
James.
it's time to. I think we've yodeled up the hill, and the dude fell over. So I think it's time to get to.
But no shit though. I said, hey, Braden, what matches do you want to cover? He says, I don't care. I just want to be on the show. It don't matter what we talk about. I just want to be on.
Right,
so that tells you what kind of guy he is.
And that tells you what type of show we have. Because it's your show.
I'll pick 2 good matches.
Goodbye tomorrow. Next.
Well, I think.
You mean tomorrow when this drops?
My goodness.
Okay.
I think this Showcase Showdown is time, and we need to spay and neuter this episode. So I'm going to do my best, Roddy. And I want to thank you guys for joining us. I want to thank everybody for the listener questions. I want to shout out Bryant, man behind the scenes. Really enjoyed this one. Hope you guys had fun with us. So you get
I want to shout out JD Hoop.
Shout out JD Hoop. Be sure to buy our merch on angrylemonade.net and search Kick Out Crew and you will find us and you will find all your merchandise needs. And
Brad, you have the shirt to sew that one off.
Yeah, that's one of our new ones because when you're KOC,
Brad.
you're KOC for life. And which gets me to, sometimes
we didn't see it, Brad.
We did see it. Sometimes, when things get a little down and you definitely want to feel like maybe it's too much and you feel like giving up. But don't ever give up. Because when you're KOC for life. Because when life gets you down, you always kick out at 2.
Yeah.
Because you got to go Broadway with this shit. You don't do a 30-minute, you don't do a 1 hour, you do it for life. You always remember to kick out at 2. So no matter what pressure builds on you, just remember, you have a support system here with us. Never, ever think that you're lost in this world because, hey, we'll find you. Or maybe you need to find us. And maybe, just maybe, we'll give you enough entertainment to ease your mind of whatever bullshit you're facing. You know why? Because that's what we do. And that's what you will do when you kick out at 2 on your show, The Kickout Crew. And as I always say, thank you, everybody, for joining us. And guess what? We'll see you next week. Goodbye. Da, 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 da.